Welcome to the fantasy audiobook. Against the Sky Naruto system. Get the Burning Jew at the beginning. Chapter 41. Because all the attacks of Kazama have extra fire damage. Therefore, Black Fang's whole body was covered with burn wounds. The surrounding medical teams rushed to the rescue, which saved He Fang's life. This is due to Kazama's mercy, and he didn't intend to really kill him. After all, Kazama has already solved a deadwood Ichiro just now. If he keeps killing people in Union Village, I'm afraid it will also affect my subsequent absorption of the power of the two tails. Because it is impossible for any village to tolerate outsiders killing in their own village. Seeing Kazama's performance, Fourth Raikage was also secretly amazed at this time. This one called Kazama is really not simple. It actually blocked the shuriken containing Thunder Dun with its physical body. It looks like the demeanor of the third generation of Raikage back then. Fourth generation Lord, you think highly of this kid too much. How can he compare with the powerful defense of the third generation Raikage Sama? The third generation Raikage Sama can use his body to block the full blow of Hachio. This Kazama is far behind. But they don't know that Kazama is now possessed by volcanic stone flames. It can also easily withstand the full blow of the tailed beast, and it is still unscathed. But the body of the third Raikage was still injured by himself. As for Kazama's body, even he himself can't hurt it. Who is Kazama's next opponent? It's the genius of our Union Village's younger generation, Darui. This kid Konoha will definitely defeat our Union genius Darui. Hope it. Originally, the fourth generation of Raikage also valued Darui very much. But when he saw Kazama's performance, he suddenly felt that even Darui might not be Kazama's opponent. Because Kazama's terrifying defensive power alone is not what Darui possesses. Without even having time to rest, Kazama ushered in a second opponent. And as long as Kazama can defeat this opponent, it will be his turn to face off against Erwei Jinchuriki. Originally, according to the rules, Kazama could rest for a few hours. But the person in charge of the Zongnan exam in Union Village just wanted to make things difficult for Kazama and prevent him from winning. So there was no time for him to rest. But what they did was exactly what Kazama wanted. Because Kazama also wanted to proceed with the next ring battle as soon as possible, so he met Erwei Jinchuriki earlier. Besides, Kazama has infinite chakra physique, and he doesn't feel tired even if he plays continuously for a year. Sanada Kazama vs Darui. The match begins. Darui. Seeing a dark-skinned, white-haired ninja step onto the ring, Kazama said secretly. Darui is the fifth generation of Raikage in the future. I never thought that I could compete with him today. I remember that Darui inherited the Black Thunder Dun of the third generation of Raikage, and he also has the blood successor Limit Lan Dun. Well, before absorbing the second tail, first absorb your Lan Dun. It's boring. You actually want to fight against the ninja from Konoha. Darui rubbed his neck and walked up casually. Sorry, I have to win this game, because I bear the title of Union's genius, so I can't lose to you. It's the first time I've heard someone call himself a genius. Aren't you ashamed to say that? Thinking of this, Kazama immediately smiled and nodded at Darui. Okay, then come on. As the game began, Darui took the lead in attacking. First a water escape, followed by a thunder escape to electrify the water. It has never been able to attack the enemy in a large area. This kid Kazama is sure to lose. This move is Darui's forte combo. The people below the ring began to belittle Kazama and praise Darui again. This little fool in Kazama thinks that if he defeats Black Fang, he can be arrogant in front of our Union genius Darui. It's simply delusional. Brother Darui, kill this ninja from Konoha. When Kazama heard what everyone said, he immediately started stealing. Because he is going to slap everyone in the face again next time. Lei Dun Kilin. Before Kazama even moved his hand, a more powerful thunder tunnel came crashing down. Darui had been observing Kazama's movements before, just worried that he would fight back with seals. But now Kazama obviously stood still, and actually used Thunder Dungeon to kill him. Darui was caught off guard and was hit instantly. And because Kilin is already the ultimate power of Lei Dun, it also contains the power of different fires. So even the arena was blown into ruins. Is this kid still human? He can actually use such a terrifying lightning tunnel. Isn't he a Konoha ninja? How could he use such a powerful lightning escape technique? Everyone who had looked down on Kazama before was stunned by Kazama's performance at this moment. This kid Kazama is really not simple. At this time, the fourth generation of Reikage in the stands was not only surprised by Kazama's tricks such as Lei Dun Kilin. And what shocked him even more was that Kazama had clearly displayed ninjutsu in the past, even though he had no seals. Is it because he formed the seal too fast and I didn't see clearly? Or, impossible, how can there be a ninja who can attack without forming the seal? Fourth Reikage thought for a long time, but couldn't figure it out. Therefore, I can only look at the battle between the two below. After a burst of smoke, Darui, who was in the Thunderbolt Kilin, did not fall to the ground. At this moment, he was surrounded by the power of thunder and lightning. It turned out that he used the Thunder Dungeon armor to block Kazama's Thunder Dungeon attack. But even if it can block the Thunder Dun in the wind, it can't stop the strange fire attached to the Thunder Dun. As a result, Darui's whole body was covered with scars. Sorry, I underestimated you just now, Thunder Dungeness is inferior. A leopard-shaped black lightning immediately rushed towards Kazama. Even the third generation of Reikage's Black Thunder Dungeon has been used. It seems that Darui was inspired by the enemy. Kazama will definitely lose this time. Darui has inherited the Black Thunder escape from 3 generations of Reikage. No one can stop this technique. The person who had been belittling Kazama all this time said it again with a vow. Then what if Kazama didn't fail? Now among the crowd watching, some gradually began to cheer for Kazama. Because the powerful strength that Kazama showed just now has convinced them. If Kazama is not defeated, I will eat Shang on the spot. Ding! Absorbing the lightning escape dark spots successfully, congratulations to the host for obtaining the thunder escape black spots. Multiple leopard-shaped black lightning bolts can be released continuously, and the amount released depends on the chakra stock in the host's body. Ding! Absorb 4 more ninjutsu, and you can get the 8th different fire. Next, I will try my lightning escape black spot Leoncha. With a slight wave of Kazama's hand, dozens of leopard-shaped black lightning bolts took shape. How do you know how to cast black lightning escape? After seeing Kazama's move, Darui was shocked and took several steps back. Because the third generation of Reikage's Black Thunder escape, he was the only one who inherited it. Even the current 4th generation of Reikage can't perform it. But now a ninja from Konoha can actually perform the secret technique of his own village. How could this not shock Darui? Master Reikage of the 4th generation, this kid in Kazama actually used Black Thunder Dungeon. Could it be that he stole the unique skill of our Union village? I will immediately send someone to arrest him and torture him. What a fuss. 4th Reikage immediately stopped his men's actions. Would I still be able to use Water Dungeon? Could it be that I also stole the secret technique from Wuyin village, the country of water? But, hearing Sidai Reikage's words, this subordinate was naturally speechless. 3rd generation Reikage didn't leave a single word about Black Thunder Dun. If you want to master it, you have to rely on your own comprehension. Where can he, a Konoha ninja, learn it secretly? This is obviously because he has strong comprehension, talent, and is destined to master Black Thunder Dun. Retire. Despite the domineering appearance of the 4th generation of Reikage, he is very tolerant and magnanimous in his work style, and his words and actions are also well-founded. Let's start eating Shang. At this time, everyone below the ring immediately laughed at the ninja who swore just now. There is no Shang here. Another day. Change your mother, I happen to have a stomachache and want to have diarrhea, so come with me, haha. While talking, everyone dragged this person to another place. Attack. With the order of the wind. Dozens of leopard-shaped black lightning bolts instantly killed Darui. And Kazama's main purpose now is to force Darui to use Landun, so that he can absorb it while taking advantage of the situation. Otherwise, he would have kicked Darui out of the ring with 3 punches and 2 kicks. Seeing these dozens of leopard-shaped black lightning bolts came towards him. Darui couldn't avoid it, so he quickly used Landun to resist. Lan escapes and frustrates harshness. With the appearance of hundreds of laser thunder escapes, not only the leopard-shaped black lightning in Kazama was defeated. Then, under Darui's command, he charged towards Kazama head-on. Sorry, I said I can't lose. I'm sorry too, because you're doomed. Kazama opened his arms and let the hundreds of lightning lasers attack him. At this time, all the people watching the battle below did not dare to discuss the outcome of this match, nor did they dare to underestimate Kazama anymore. Because the person who underestimated Kazama just now was eating Shang not far away. Ding! Absorbing the lantern encouragement and frustrating the harshness has succeeded. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the lantern thunder cloud cavity wave. Ding! Absorb 4 more ninjutsu, and you will get the 8th different fire. Okay, the task is complete, and I can absorb the power of the 2 tails next. Darui, let's go slowly. A ray of haze escaped from the thunder cloud in the wind, and directly surrounded Darui. Will you admit defeat next, or will you admit defeat after giving me a blow from Lan Dun? How can this guy be so strong? Seeing Lan Dun in Fengjian, he was actually several times stronger than his own Lan Dun. Darui was extremely dissatisfied, but now he can't accept it anymore. Because he is indeed not Kazama's opponent. Dare to play Darui. Do you really think that no one in Union Village is your opponent? At this time, a female ninja immediately kicked Lan Dun away from Darui. Then he came to Kazama. The visitor had straight beige-colored hair, coupled with that haughty expression. The queen's temperament instantly shocked the audience. It's finally time for you, Yumu. Kazama was overjoyed after seeing the face of the visitor clearly. Because this person is the village flower of Union Village, or Wei Jinju Rikyamu. Thank you so much. Darui breathed a sigh of relief when he saw the wooden man helping him out. Because Yumurin will definitely help him to avenge his shame and defeat Kazama. Next is your duel with me, Kid Konoha. Tell the referee that Kazama can rest for a day before the duel. Fourth Raikage immediately said to the entourage beside him. Although he very much hoped that the ninjas in his village would win in the end, he didn't want to take advantage of others. After all, Kazama had fought for 2 rounds non-stop. This is extremely unfair to Kazama. Even if one's own people win in the end, it would be an ineffective victory, and one's face would be dishonored. Sir Raikage, that kid Kazama said he doesn't need to rest, he can fight now. What? This brat is really tenacious. Fourth Raikage was more interested in Kazama at this time. It's a pity that what you are facing now is Ninao Jinchuriki, but you are not an ordinary ninja. Kazama, how strong are you? Fourth Raikage looked down at the ring again. I know that you are very strong, so in order not to give you any chance, I will try my best from the beginning. As soon as the wooden man's voice fell, the tail beast transformation began immediately. I saw 2 tails immediately appearing behind it, and blue pattern chakra appeared on the surface of its body. The hair fluttered slowly, and the eyes changed from black to white. In this situation of tailed beast, the various abilities of the wooden man will be greatly improved. At the same time, the chakra of the 2-tailed cat will continue to repair injuries, and will hardly be injured due to battles. I also have Erwei's ability, but, after thinking about it for a while, Kazama decided not to show his 2-tailed cat's strength in front of everyone in Union Village. After all, this is also his own trump card, and he cannot expose all of it to others. Therefore, in the face of Yumurin's full blow, Kazama immediately resorted to the different fire, wind, fury and dragon flames. The flame tornado with the size of tens of feet, like the ancient beast, immediately killed the wooden man. Because the wind fury Longyan is a fusion of the 2 powers of fire escape and wind escape. The wind assisted the fire, and the fire assisted the wind, and even the surrounding people watching the battle were affected. Hurry up and cast the enchantment. The 4th generation of Raikage gave an order, and the surrounding guards hurriedly set up barriers, which blocked the remaining power of the strange fire, wind, anger and dragon flame. But now the Yumu man in the center of Fengyan used the power of Erwei. However, he was still covered in bruises from being burned by the strange fire in Kazama. Because the wind-furious dragon flames are too lethal, even Erwei Chakra, who is good at medical treatment, can't heal Yumurin's injuries now. How much strength does Kazama hide? Even Yumurin is at a disadvantage. The 4th generation of Raikage, who has always been well informed, is now a little confused about Kazama's strength. Yumudo, if you don't quickly use the perfect body of Erwei, you will lose to me. HMPH, you are still far from defeating me. Come out, 2-tailed cat again. With a roar from the wooden man, the body of the 2-tailed cat broke free from the strange fire in Kazama in an instant. The huge body immediately appeared in front of everyone, finally able to absorb the power of the 2 tails. After seeing Yumurin being forced out of Erwei's body by himself, Kazama was not afraid of being overjoyed. Oops. The wooden man released Erwei Mayomata. If she couldn't control it and killed Sanada Kazama, wouldn't Konoha want to start a war with us? Don't worry, Yumurin has long been able to fully control Erwei. Fourth Raikage immediately asked the guards to stop the commotion. And the kid Sanada Kazama didn't die so easily. Master Raikage, don't you think highly of Kazama too much? He is just a ninja, can he withstand the attack of the tailed beast? Just when everyone was talking about it, Yukito, who had completely released Erwei, had already cast Tailed Beast Jade towards Kazama. Yukito is really crazy, he actually used the Tailed Beast Jade. The fourth generation of Raikage never expected that the wooden man would be a killer move as soon as he came up. So he immediately prepared to fly to rescue Kazama. He didn't believe that Kazama could resist Tailed Beast Jade. But at this moment, Kazama actually changed his previous defensive posture. Directly rushed towards the Tailed Beast Jade issued by Erwei. Could it be possible that Kazama is also crazy? What exactly does he want to do? Seeing Kazama's move, don't say it was the surprise of the onlookers. Even the fourth Raikage froze in place. And at the moment when he hesitated, Kazama had collided with Tailed Beast Jade. It seems that Kazama is bound to die, no one can survive the attack of Tailed Beast Jade. Just as the fourth Raikage was sighing alone, he suddenly heard bursts of exclamations from the crowd. The kid from Konoha is still alive. What? How is this possible? Fourth Raikage also looked up immediately. Ding! Successfully absorbed the two-tailed beast Jade. Congratulations to the host for gaining the power of Sanwei Isofu, which can transform into the body of Sanwei Isofu. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining Huiyan Shuiyan, Haishinyan, and Falling Heartyan. I got 3 different fires all at once. Kazama thought that after absorbing the two-tailed chakra, it would still be the same as when absorbing the one-tailed chakra, only 2 kinds of strange fires could be obtained. But now he actually got 3 different fires all at once. And he also obtained the Falling Heart Flame that he had dreamed of. With the Falling Heart Flame, Kazama can cast Izanagi, Izanami, and the strongest illusion be Tension unlimited times in the future. And the eyes will not be blind, and there will be no cooling time. I understand. The corresponding power of the tailed beast I obtained will also get the same number of different fires. If I absorb the 3-tailed chakra in the future and obtain the power of the 4 tails, then I can get 4 kinds of different fires at the same time, and so on. It's great. In this way, it will not be difficult to collect all 22 kinds of different fires. Thinking of this, Kazama danced happily. At this time, the fourth Raikage and everyone saw that Kazama had survived the attack of Tailed Beast Jade. But he started talking to himself, and even started dancing. Therefore, they all thought that Kazama was beaten into a fool by Tailed Beast Yu. At this time, only Yumurin, who was closest to Kazama, knew that Kazama had not been beaten into a fool by his Tailed Beast Jade. On the contrary, he also absorbed his own Tailed Beast Jade. Although Yukito didn't know what kind of ninjutsu Kazama used, he could even absorb his own Tailed Beast Jade. But she knew that she had used the body of the two-tailed cat now. If she still couldn't defeat Kazama, wouldn't it make her Union Village look bad? Therefore, the two-tailed cat turned into a wooden man, roared again, and immediately prepared to attack Kazama again. And Kazama thought that since he had already achieved his goal, there was no need to compete with Yumurin again. Because Kazama didn't want to embarrass Union Village too much. After all, this is a Chunin exam held in another village, and I have already won 2 games in a row before. It can be regarded as representing Konoha's reputation. So Kazama immediately jumped out of the ring, and said to the wooden man, I admit defeat. What? I thought that with Kazama's strength, I would fight myself to the death. But seeing Kazama surrendering on his own initiative now, Yumurin couldn't believe it. I don't know what kind of medicine is sold in Kazama Gourd. And the referee on the other side wished that Kazama would take the initiative to admit defeat. So he hurried to the arena and announced that the wooden man would win. Unexpectedly, the two-tailed cat turned into a wooden doll, kicked the referee down with 1 kick. Are you trying to let me know? Yumurin knew that Kazama hadn't exhausted all his strength, so he continued to fight with Kazama. This suddenly made Kazama a little dumbfounded. A female ninja is so competitive, how can she find her husband's family in the future? Thinking of this, Kazama said to Yumu again, I am indeed not your opponent, and I have tried my best, and I definitely did not mean to let you on purpose. Stop talking nonsense. Either you die or I die today. That's enough, Yumu. Put her ways chakra away. At this time, the fourth Raikage immediately came in front of Yumuran. No matter how angry Yukito was, he didn't dare to disobey the order of the fourth Raikage. So in desperation, I had no choice but to let it go. As expected of a ninja from Konoha village, it's really amazing. Master Raikage is bad. Just when Raikage was about to continue to praise Kazama, a subordinate immediately ran over in a panic. The eight tails in Lord Kurabi's body suddenly became uncontrollable, and now it's about to go berserk. What? Hearing what the visitor said, Kazama and fourth Raikage were all taken aback. All the ninjas follow me to suppress the eight tails. A group of ninjas including Yumuran and Darui immediately followed the fourth Raikage. I remember that Kurabi has a very good relationship with Hachio, and they can live in peace. Why did they suddenly go berserk? Kazama was very puzzled at this time. Forget it, I, an outsider, can't get involved in the matter of Union Village. After talking, Kazama found a place where no one was around, and began to study the three new strange fires he had obtained. Huiyan Shuiyan and Haishinyan can both enhance my water escape attack to the extreme, and this falling heart flame is even more powerful. It can actually summon the enemy's heart fire and burn the enemy to ashes from the inside out. It is simply impossible to guard against. While Kazama was playing with these three different fires, he suddenly heard a roar not far away. So Kazama immediately cast super perception. It was only then that it was discovered that the fourth generation of Raikage and others were dealing with the runaway Kurabi. Since Kira has completely run away, Chakra has reached the Naneo level. Legendary level Chio Dance. Lan escapes and frustrates harshness. At this time, the fourth Raikage originally wanted to use his own Thunder Dun and Darui's blood successor, Limit World Lan Dun, to stun the runaway Kurabi. Then re-strengthen the eight-tailed seal in Kurabi's body. However, Darui's strength is really a little bit reluctant to fight against the beast-like Kurabi. So in a face-to-face effort, he was knocked to the ground by the runaway Kurabi. If it weren't for the fourth generation of Raikage who rescued him in time with his sky-defying speed, I'm afraid Darui is about to die at the hands of the irrational Kurabi. Master Raikage, what should we do now? I must find a more powerful person from Landun to assist me, otherwise it will be difficult for us to restrain Shirabi. I'm afraid this is not easy. Everyone suddenly felt that the fourth generation of Raikage's method was not reliable. Because in the entire Union Village, only Darui can cast Landun. But Darui's current strength is indeed too weak. One more person. Who? Sanada Kazama. Hearing the words of the fourth Raikage, everyone was shocked. That Sanada Kazama is Konoha's ninja, and the relationship between Union Village and Konoha has always been tense. Will he help us? Most definitely. At this time, the fourth Raikage ordered people to cast an enchantment to trap the runaway Kurabi. Darui said to Darui beside him, I guess Sanada Kazama may not have left Union Village, you find him immediately and persuade him to help me contain Kurabi. As long as he is willing to help, our Union Village will never treat him badly. Won't you treat me badly? Then I wonder how you 4 generations of Raikage-sama are going to reward me afterwards. It didn't take long for Darui to find Kazama in the forest. It's not too late, little brother Kazama, you'd better follow me to help. Don't worry, our 4 generations of Raikage-sama will never break our promise, and our Union Village is quite rich, we will give you whatever you want by then. Okay then. Seeing the 4th generation of Raikage who has always been strong, he pulled himself down and asked himself for help. Kazama knew that the situation must be out of control. And since there are benefits to helping out, then it's all my paid labor. But when Kazama followed Darui to the place where Kurabi was suppressed, only then did he realize that things were worse than he had imagined. Because at this time, Kurabi has completely turned into an 8-tailed ox ghost. Not only did he break through the barriers arranged by everyone, even the 4th Raikage was defeated by him. How could this be? After seeing the 8-tailed ox ghost appear, Darui was so frightened that he trembled all over. Although he had seen the 2-tailed cat by the wooden man before. But the strength of the 2 tails and the 8 tails is simply not the same. This coercion alone is enough to make everyone unable to move. Kurabi, wake me up. At this time, the two-tailed Jinchuriki turned into a two-tailed cat and tried to stop the eight-tailed bull ghost. It's a pity that in front of the eight-tailed bull ghost, Orway's strength is as weak as an ant. After a few face-to-face encounters, Hachio knocked down Orway, who was transformed into a wooden doll. Then he opened his mouth wide open, ready to release the tailed beast Jade to the fallen wooden man. If this was hit, not to mention the Orway Yuki would die, even everyone present would have no bones left. Brother Kazama, I'm really sorry, I didn't expect things to develop to this point, you hurry up, don't be affected by Hachio's attack. Hearing the fourth Raikage's call to him, Kazama suddenly felt that this person was quite loyal. So I decided to help them through this crisis. After all, Union Village will be an ally of Konoha in the future. I'm afraid it's too late to go, and since I'm here, I can't just do nothing. As soon as Kazama's voice fell, he immediately cast the Eternal Kaleidoscope Sharingan. Immediately afterwards, an aura no less than that of Hachio was released instantly. After that, the mountain-like complete body Susanoo has also taken shape. With one strike of the sword, the tailed beast Jade in Eight-Tailed's mouth was split in two, forcing it to lose its power. At this time, even the huge eight-tailed bull ghost was almost a head shorter than the perfect Shuzuzanang in Kazama. The momentum is even worse. Is this the rumored perfect Susanoo that can rival the tailed beast? Seeing the moves that Kazama is using now, the fourth Raikage and everyone were all stunned. This guy Kazama, I knew that he kept a hand. After being rescued, Yumurin was also stunned when he saw Susanoo from Kazama appear. She couldn't help but think back in the arena, if Kazama used this trick on herself. Even if he turned into a two-tailed cat, he might not be able to resist. Leave quickly, don't be affected by the battle between me and Eight Tails. Hearing Kazama's urging, everyone reacted and retreated quickly. Woohoo! And at this time, the Eight Tails immediately became murderous, and instantly slammed into Susanoo in Kazama. This collision seemed ordinary, but in fact it contained all the power of Eight Tails. Even Kazama's complete body, Susanoo, was knocked backwards and flew out. HMPH, amazing, I haven't met such a strong opponent for a long time. Kazama smiled instead of anger at this time. Because he has 10 kinds of different fires, he doesn't need to be afraid of Yahweh at all. And add your own Eternal Kaleidoscope Sharingan. Kazama has long since possessed the strength to contend against Hachio. So Kazama immediately used 10 kinds of different fires to cover Susanoo's whole body. And the two Susanoo swords were also added with all the power of different fires. Today's Kazama is completely Susanoo. Whether it is defense or attack power, it has reached the extreme. Therefore, in the face of the second impact of the Eight Tails, Kazama easily blocked it. Then the two Susanoo swords slashed along the way, and the earth shook. Even the extremely powerful body of the eight-tailed bull ghost was chopped down to the bone. You must know that the body of the tailed beast can heal automatically. Therefore, the eight-tailed wound healed again in an instant. At this time, Kazama saw that since the Eight Tails were immortal, there was no need for him to be restrained. So he immediately slashed and slashed at the Eight Tails, rushing left and right. No matter how the Hachio fights back, Kazama's perfect body, Susanoo, is almost only attacking but not defending. Anyway, Yao can't hurt Kazama at all now. Seeing that the other party was so powerful, Balway cast dozens of tailed beast jades in succession. But Kazama was still unafraid after watching it, and rushed over without a hit. Some tailed beast jade was directly sent flying, while others were directly sent back by Kazama. A few rounds down, Hachio, who was still aggressive before, has already been defeated by Kazama's complete body Susanoo at this moment. It's so cool. It's been a long time since I've experienced such a hearty fight. Next, I'll try ninjutsu in a full Susanoo state. Because the ninjutsu in Susanoo's state is more powerful. Lei Dun Kilin. Land escape thunder cloud cavity wave. Water escapes the sky and weeps. Wooden tree root burst burial. After Kazama's set of ninjutsu, Hachio had already failed and was on the verge of death. The next thing is the power of different fire. Just when Kazama was about to use the 10 different fires he had obtained on Yahweh's body one by one, Darui, who was watching the battle below, hurriedly said to the fourth Raikage, Master Rakage, let Kazama stop quickly. If you continue to fight, I am afraid that Yao will be killed immediately. If that is the case, wouldn't Mr. Kurabi just? Yup. The fourth Rakage, who had already been stunned by the battle between Kazama and Yamao, came back to his senses after hearing Darui's words. So he hurried to the feet of Kazama's complete body, Susanoo. I said, little brother Kazama, quickly accept your supernatural powers, Kurabi is my brother, you can't kill the 8 tails. How did I forget about this? The red-eyed Kazama heard the fourth Rakage's call. Only then did I realize that I was going to subdue 8 tails now, not kill 8 tails. So Kazama immediately scratched his head in embarrassment, and then cast Tsukuyomi illusion on the dying Hachio. Hachio is forced to re-enter Kurabi's body. This kid Kazama is too scary, right? He actually defeated Yao by himself. Darutin feels how incompetent he is, who is called a genius, compared to Kazama. Compared to Hachio, I think Kazama is the real monster. Fourth Rakage also felt a little fear of Kazama at this time. But they didn't know that Kazama hadn't exerted his full strength yet. If the fourth Rakage stopped it a little later, Kazama planned to perform the 3 jutsu of Izanagi, Izanami, and beat tension on Hachio after performing ninja. Because Kazama has not had time to perform the 3 spells since he obtained them. He really wanted to try it out on Hachio. It's a pity that 8 tails was too fragile and fell down before exerting any force. Amazing, really amazing. The fourth Rakage immediately came to Kazama and praised Kazama non-stop. Now that Konoha has a genius like you, I think Konoha will definitely dominate the 5 major ninja kingdoms in the future. Master Rakage, you are too serious. We, Konoha, don't have such big ambitions. We are still willing to live in peace with other big countries. That's right, live in peace, peace is the most important thing. Hearing Kazama's answer, fourth Rakage's hanging heart was finally relieved. Because ever since he saw Kazama's terrifying strength, he was really worried that Kazama would unite with Konoha to dominate the ninja world. If that were the case, he might have to bow down as well. After all, Kazama's strength is indeed too strong now, and even he, Rakage, has to bow down. Master Rakage, now the 8 tails in Kurabi's body have also been resealed. I don't know what you said before to thank me, what kind of thank you? Although Kazama is a chivalrous person, since Lei Ying said before that he would benefit him, he would not take it for nothing. Oh, that's right, look at my memory, so busy talking, I even forgot to give you a gift, little brother Kazama. Darui, you immediately lead little brother Kazama to our treasure house, and let little brother Kazama choose whatever he wants. Treasure Pavilion. It seems that there must be the secret arts and ninja tools of Union Village, it's great. After hearing this, Kazama was overjoyed in his heart. Wait a minute, let me take the wind room. At this time, the wooden man stood up immediately. Ever since Yukito was rescued by Kazama from Yao's men, to when she saw Kazama's true strength, the wooden man looked at Kazama differently. And compared to the indifference before, her attitude towards Kazama is much better now. Along the way, he asked Kazama about things, like a little girl who doesn't know much about the world. Master Rakage, I think Yukito seems to be interested in Kazama. After Darui saw Yumurin and Kazama leaving, he immediately asked the fourth Rakage. Really, that's a good relationship. If Yumurin can take Kazama down and make Kazama the ninja of our Union Village, wouldn't our strength be even better? Then what if Kazama abducts the wooden figure to Konoha? This shouldn't be possible. Hearing Darui's words, the fourth Rakage was really worried that stealing chickens would not make a fortune. Do you have a girlfriend, Kazama? Sister, I'm only 13 years old, how can I have a girlfriend? Don't call me big sister, I'm only 15 years old. Oh, sorry, do you have a favorite girl in that Kazama? On the way to Zangbao Pavilion, Kazama was about to be blown up by the wooden figure beside him. What's going on with Yumu today? I remember she was a glamorous queen before. Why are you talking so much today? Thinking of this, Kazama felt helpless. Not long after, under the leadership of the wooden man, the two came to the treasure pavilion in Union Village. Okay, then I'm going to search for treasures, haha. As Kazama said, he opened the door and went in, but when he went in, Kazama almost fainted. The fourth generation of Rakage, the old fox, no wonder I was asked to take it casually and pick it casually. He has nothing here. This is clearly a utility room. Looking at the tattered shelves in the house, there were a few tattered books scattered here and there. Kazama suddenly felt that he had been fooled by the fourth rakeage. I said, "Are you, Lei Ying, playing with me? Is this the hidden treasure pavilion of your majestic Union Village?" Kazama asked helplessly at the wooden figure behind him. This one. Seeing that Kazama seemed a little angry, Yumurin also smiled awkwardly. "You don't know Kazama. Our Union Village is not as rich as your Konoha. In addition, in the Third Ninja World War that year, our treasure pavilion will indeed be destroyed a lot, but even so, the techniques recorded in it are second to none in the ninja world." All right. Seeing that Yumurin said so sincerely, Kazama could only let it go. Then he picked up the few ninja books that he had. Thunder Dun Armor, Thunder and Lightning Flash, almost all ninjutsu related to Thunder Dun. And they are all S rank. Although they are snapped up outside, it's a pity that Kazama doesn't like them. Because Kazama's existing ninjutsu is much more powerful than the ninjutsu recorded above. Moreover, Kazama's mastery of ninjutsu depends entirely on absorbing the enemy's jutsu, so he doesn't bother to learn it step by step. This is just when Kazama was about to give up and leave this so-called treasure pavilion. Suddenly, I saw a yellowed booklet in the corner. What is recorded in it is that the ninja chakra is transformed into one, and the ninja chakra is combined into one, which can be called out anytime and anywhere to become a weapon again. This technique is quite strange. Kazama became interested immediately after watching it. Because when Kazama first came to Union Village, he planned to bring his grass pheasant sword and big sword shark muscle. But because of the long distance, these two weapons were a little in the way, so they were put at home by Kazama. If you master this technique, not only will you not need to carry a weapon on your back in the future, but you can also summon the weapon at any time. Although this technique is not very powerful, it is so convenient. As Kazama spoke, he raised his hand at the wooden man, expressing that he was going to have this book. When Yumurin saw it, he immediately smiled and said to Kazama, "You're really lucky. The technique recorded in this book is the only one in the ninja world. Pull it down. I think you are worried that I will feel disadvantaged, and then go to your master Lei Ying to ask for more benefits." Seeing Yumu Wangpo selling melons and boasting, Kazama immediately curled her lips. "Really, I didn't lie to you," the wooden man immediately said solemnly. "Do you know Uchiha Itachi?" "Itachi, what's wrong? Could it be that he has something to do with this technique?" Seeing Yumurin suddenly mentioning Itachi, Kazama was very puzzled. Of course it has something to do with it. Back then, Uchiha Itachi sneaked into our village and copied the contents of this book with Sharingan, and according to the records in this book, he found the Shizenkan sword of the Root Country and the Yata Mirror of Eyes Jingu Shrine. It can be seen that Uchiha Itachi must have used this technique to integrate those two artifacts into his chakra. Think about it, isn't it good enough for Uchiha Itachi, the S-rank traitorous ninja? So it is. After hearing Yukito's words, Kazama understood the reason why Itachi's Susanoo could use Shakuan sword and Bashaku mirror. It was this technique that merged the two great artifacts into Susanoo. If I learned this technique, wouldn't I be able to fuse Kusanagi sword, Sharkus and Susanoo together? At that time, it will not only increase the power of Susanoo, but also increase the power of Kusanagi sword and shark muscle at the same time. Moreover, Kazama's current complete body, Susanoo, is almost 3-headed and 6-armed. But there are only 2 Susanoo swords that come with it. Although powerful, it does look a bit shabby. And hearing Yumurin say that this book also recorded the storage locations of many artifacts, Kazama was naturally even happier. Okay, now that I have this technique, then I will fuse the grass pheasant sword and shark muscle into Susanoo, and I can also find other artifacts according to the records in the book and then fuse them. Thinking of this, Kazama suddenly felt that he was extremely lucky. I thought it was a clever technique, but I never thought it would be so effective. Kazama-kun, I like you. What? Kazama, who was thinking about how to integrate various artifacts in the future, suddenly heard Yumurin's words. He was so scared that he almost sat down on the ground. What's wrong? Is my confession so terrible? Seeing Kazama making a fuss, Yumu immediately blushed and said, "It's not that your confession was too scary, it's that your confession was too sudden, and I wasn't prepared at all." Kazama immediately scratched his head in embarrassment. Then can you accept my intention? Will you associate with me? Seeing the offensive of love launched by the wooden man, Kazama suddenly became speechless, not knowing how to answer. He wondered even more how Yumu would like him. Because during the previous ring battle, Yumurin was still very indifferent to him, even hostile. But from the moment Kazama rescued Yukito from Yao, Yukito has fallen in love with Kazama. I know Kazama-san that you are so good. There must be many girls in Konoha who like you. Although you don't like me now, I will definitely work hard to make you like me in the future. Okay. Originally, Kazama wanted to refuse directly, but he didn't want to make Yumurin sad. In desperation, he could only nod awkwardly. By the way, I still have something to do and need to return to Konoha as soon as possible, so you can bid farewell to 4th Raikage for me. Kazama hastily changed the topic. Okay, then will you come to Union Village to see me in the future? Seeing that Kazama was about to leave, Yumurin was naturally a little bit reluctant. Most definitely, what Kazama is saying now is not a lie. He knew that it would not be long before Jiaodu and Fei Duan from Akatsuki's organization would come to recover away. In order to prevent Yumurin from dying, Kazama naturally had to return to Union Village to help Yumurin at that time. It's just that Kazama doesn't know the exact time when Kakuzu and Hidan will act, so they can only wait for Itachi's news. Correct. At this time, Kazama immediately took out a scroll and sealed his own ray of falling heart flame. If your life is in danger in the future, open this scroll right away. The flames inside will help you resist for a while, and I will also rush over after receiving the message. Because the falling heart flame is a heart fire, as long as it is cast by the wooden man, Kazama will have a chance to feel it immediately. At that time, he will be able to help Yumu against the 2 zombie ninjas, Kakuzu and Hidan. Okay, I'll take it with me. After receiving the scroll from Kazama, the wooden man was moved to tears, and obviously regarded this scroll as a token of love. Seeing Yumurin's expression at the moment, Kazama hurriedly said goodbye. If you don't leave, I'm afraid you will be confessed by the wooden man again. It's not that Kazama looks down on Yumurin, but his main task now is to find artifacts, absorb tailed beasts, and make himself stronger. So there is no free time to talk about love. Haha, I knew Yumurin was rejected. After seeing the wooden man returning alone, Darui immediately laughed. Sir Raikage, Kazama said that he still has important things to do and needs to return to Konoha immediately, so he won't come to say goodbye to you. Oh, never mind, what ninjutsu did he choose? It's the one copied by Uchiha Itachi back then. Is it the art of recording ninja artifacts and adding them to chakra? This kid Kazama is quite knowledgeable. Darui immediately felt some pain in his flesh after hearing this. Don't worry, I copied that technique a long time ago, and most of the ninja artifacts recorded in it have disappeared. We have been searching for many years and have no clue, so we might as well give Kazama a favor. After all, he helped us suppress the 8 tails in Kurabi's body. If there was no him at that time, we in Union Village would be afraid. Master Raikage, you were right. Now that Konoha has a Sanada Kazama, we should indeed win him over. After all, this person's strength is enough to shake our 5 major ninja kingdoms. Yes, not bad. The 4th generation of Lei Ying immediately ordered to send envoys to Konoha village to ask for an alliance. And ask the daimyo of the country of thunder to also send envoys to the alliance of the country of fire. As for the 3 generations of Hokage and the daimyo of the land of fire, they were all taken aback when they received the letters from Union Village and the land of thunder. Because the land of thunder and the land of fire have not communicated with each other for many years, the relationship between the 2 countries is extremely tense. But now that the Kingdom of Thunder is actually asking for an alliance, this is naturally a good thing for the nation of fire. And the 3rd Hokage saw that the envoy sent by Union Village was so sincere. After a little thought, I knew it was Kazama's credit. He originally wanted Union Village to see Kazama's strength, so that they would not dare to continue to make trouble on the border of the Fire Nation. But he never thought that Kazama's current performance has exceeded his expectations. Even the stubborn 4th Raikage personally expressed his intention to form an alliance with Konoha. The 3rd Hokage couldn't close his mouth from ear to ear for joy, and he couldn't stop praising Kazama in his heart. After the daimyo of the land of fire found out, he even rewarded the Sanada clan with 1,000,000 taels of gold and thousands of hectares of fertile land. It turned out that the Sanada clan was seriously injured because they were attacked by Danzo. Now with the help of the 3 generations of Hokage and the Fire Country daimyo, it is natural to make a quick comeback. And everyone in the clan is grateful to Kazama, and even the next patriarch is ready for Kazama. And because Kazama was on the way back, he had been studying the technique of fusing the artifact. So not as fast as the messenger from Union Village. Naturally, he didn't know that his family had received rewards from 3 generations of Hokage and the daimyo of the Fire Country because of him. However, Kazama has never been interested in these gold and silver treasures. What he likes most are all kinds of exercises and weapons to improve his strength. Susanoo. After Kazama's thorough research, he immediately found a place where no one was around and opened the complete body Susanoo. And successfully fused the grass pheasant sword and shark muscle into Susanoo. Afterwards, the grass pheasant sword and shark muscle, which had been magnified countless times, immediately appeared in Susanoo's other 2 hands. With the increase in size, the strength of these 2 weapons has naturally increased equally. And it still retains the original ability. The grass pheasant sword can be extended infinitely, and the shark muscle can absorb the opponent's chakra. Seeing that his perfect body, Susanoo, had become even stronger, Kazama immediately burst out laughing. Now my full body Susanoo has 4 weapons, and if I collect 2 more, I will be able to fully equip the 3-headed and 6-armed Susanoo. And according to the records in Kazama's book, there is an artifact Yushu Ice Mirror hidden in the Snow Country. This mirror, like the 8-foot mirror, can reflect all attacks in the world. So Kazama decided to go to the Snow Country immediately after returning to Konoha. What? Kakashi and the others went to Snow Country. As soon as he came to the outskirts of Muya village, Kazama heard the reply from his subordinate Zabuzan and others. Yes, I heard that it was an escort mission. I just went to Snow Country. I have been away for almost 3 days. We were worried that our whereabouts would be exposed, so we didn't dare to follow up. Well, you guys are doing really well. At this time, Kazama remembered that Naruto and the others were going to escort Snow Country Princess Fukakoyuki, so they went to Snow Country. Since Naruto and the others had the same destination as their own, Kazama naturally stopped delaying and set off for the land of snow immediately. After all, I am also a member of the 7th class. And it can also take advantage of the situation to absorb the ice escape from the big boss of the Snow Country. You little devils from Konoha, you dare to be arrogant in front of our Snow Country ninjas. At this time, Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura from the Land of Snow had already been beaten and retreated by Funghua Nudao's subordinates one after another. And Kakashi was pinned down by another Snow Country ninja, Wolf Fang Avalanche, and there was no way to come to the rescue. Naruto's killer weapon, the Nine Tails Chakra, was also sealed by the chakra armor developed by Funghua Fudao. Everyone in the 7th class immediately fell into a hard fight. A group of ninjas dare to resist our Snow Country's monarch, they really don't know what to do. Bah, Funghua Xiaoshui is the true heir of Snow Country, not your usurping monarch. Although Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura were beaten and retreated in a row, they still did not give in. A group of little fools who dare to talk back when they are about to die. Okay, I will send you to the west. The 3 Snow Country ninjas who fought against Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura spoke and used their own trump cards. Is this the end? If Kazama-kun is here, maybe. Sakura closed her eyes in despair. Escape the water and break the waves. What? Hearing this familiar voice, Sakura knew that the Prince Charming in her heart had finally come to save herself by riding colorful auspicious clouds. With the water and the wind, it escaped. The 3 Snow Country ninjas who were so arrogant just now were split into 2 in an instant. The corpse was immediately burned into nothingness by the strange fire contained in the water escape. Mr. Kazama. After being rescued, Sakura embraced Kazama. Fortunately, Feng Jian has enough determination. If it is an ordinary person who can't control it alone, I am afraid that there will be a group of descendants. Sakura, restrain yourself. Kazama hurriedly pushed Sakura away. Otherwise she would make a mistake. Kazama, I knew you would show up. At this time, Naruto also happily ran towards Kazama. Sorry everyone, I'm late, but heroes usually appear late. HMPH, you will be handsome. Sasuke still had an unconvinced face on the surface. But in fact, in his heart, he was already admiring Kazama. After all, the three of them had been wrestling with him for a long time just now. And Kazama actually solved them at the same time with one move. Even if Sasuke refused to accept it, he couldn't do it. What is your origin? Spike Avalanche, who was fighting Kakashi fiercely. Seeing that three of his subordinates died at the same time at the hands of Kazama, who suddenly appeared, this naturally surprised him. Your opponent is me, Rachel. Kakashi took advantage of the moment when his opponent was distracted, and immediately launched a fatal attack on him. Go away. Spike Avalanche then kicked Kakashi to the ground. Although Kakashi's strength is much stronger than Spike Avalanche. But now the set of armor worn by Spike Avalanche can absorb the opponent's chakra. And Kakashi is notoriously short of blue ninjas, so naturally he does not have an advantage. Boy, what do I ask you? Who are you that dare to kill my men? While speaking, Lenya Zubang walked towards Fangjan. Sanada Kazama, Kakashi's student, member of Class 7. Haha, it turned out to be the student of this trash Kakashi. In this way, you little fools is also a ninja. I said, why do you Konoha always send ninjas to perform tasks? It's ridiculous. The ninja will still hang you. Seeing someone kick his teacher and idle Kakashi to the ground. Kazama has already decided to kill this Spike Avalanche. Haha, I laughed so hard. You ninjas are more bragging than the other. Even your teacher Kakashi is no match for me. You, a useless student, want to kill me. Please don't make me laugh. Ha ha ha. Kazama-kun, you have to be careful. This person is much stronger than those three people just now, and his armor can also absorb the opponent's chakra, which is very dangerous. Do not worry. Hearing Sakura's warning behind him, Kazama immediately stretched out his index finger towards Lenya Zubang. What boy, do you think you can knock me down in a minute? Not a minute, but a second. I'm going to your mother. Seeing that someone dared to look down on him, Lenya Zubang let out an angry roar. Immediately displayed his trump card, ready to kill Kazama with one blow. Ice escape. Water escapes water and breaks waves. Haha, boy, are you stupid? My ice escape can restrain your water escape. Just when Spike Avalanche kept pretending to be aggressive. The water column in the wind instantly broke through the ice defense of Spike Avalanche. Afterwards, its power remained undiminished, piercing the armor of Spike Avalanche along with its body. How is this possible? Why isn't your water escape afraid of my ice escape? Lenya Zubang couldn't believe it until his death, but he was actually solved by Kazama in a second. No one can restrain my technique. As the sound of Fangjan fell, Lenya Zubang's body was immediately burned into nothingness by the strange fire contained in the water escape. Ice escape Black Dragon Blizzard. At this moment, a black giant dragon formed by frost was already heading towards Kazama. Ding! Absorbed the ice escape Black Dragon Blizzard successfully. Congratulations to the host for obtaining the ice escape Double Dragon Blizzard. Ding! Absorb 10 more ninjutsu, and you will get the number 11 different fire turtle spirit earth fire. This fire can be transformed into a giant turtle covered with sharp thorns to help the host deal with the enemy. It seems that the effect of this killing earth fire is like a psychic beast, not bad. Although the beast spirit fire before Kazama can also turn into various beasts. But they are all too small, no different from ordinary beasts. At first, Kazama thought it was very powerful, but now as Kazama's strength grows, he naturally pursues even more powerful strange fire psychic beasts. Now this Gilingdaihuo just happened to satisfy Kazama's wish. Kazama, who had obtained the ice escape technique, immediately looked at the person who attacked him with a sneer. And this person is Fenghua Nudao, the usurper of the Snow Country. You little fool, you can actually absorb my ninjutsu. I thought that my sneak attack could easily kill Kazama. But Fenghua Nudao did not expect that his attack did not cause any damage to Kazama. Stop it, Fenghua Fudao, the treasure of the Snow Country you want to get is nothing at all. Kazama, who is familiar with Naruto comics, knows that the treasure dream of Fenghua Raging Waves is nothing at all. Shut up. What are you, you little fool? It's all up to you if you can't find the treasure. Since I didn't get the treasure of the Snow Kingdom, then I will let you die with me, Ice Escape Frost Giant. Falling into madness, Fenghua Nudao immediately cast his strongest secret technique. At this time, an ice and snow giant with a height of 100 feet has already taken shape. Not to mention its power, the aura alone is enough to make Kakashi and others present tremble. It's a pity that in Kazama's eyes, this so-called frost giant is just a swank but not a good one. Amaterasu. Kazama, who opened the eternal kaleidoscope Sharingan, immediately cast a Amaterasu black flame no less than this frost giant. For this kind of enemy, Kazama didn't even bother to use the different fire. The black flame of Amaterasu alone is enough to beat the frost giant. Relying on the high temperature of the black flame that day, the frost giant melted most of it before it could kill it. Then it collapsed even more, causing an avalanche in the surrounding area. Ms. Kakashi, quickly lead Naruto and the others away. Kazama actually made the avalanche appear on purpose. Because in this way, he can take the wind, flowers and raging waves to other places while everyone is not paying attention. Then cast the strongest illusion on it, Tianshan, and let him tell the whereabouts of the artifact Yushu Ice Mirror. Because the main purpose of coming to the land of snow between the winds is to find the artifact Yushu Ice Mirror. It didn't take long for Kazama to bring the chakra-exhausted fury waves to a hidden place. I have something to ask you. Forget it, don't think that if you saved me, I will be at your mercy. What qualifications do you have to ask me? Eat shit. Don't look at Feng Hua Nudao as dying now, but his ability to curse people has not diminished at all. HMPH. In the past, I really couldn't do anything about you, but now it's different. I say whoever surrenders, he has to surrender to me. Don't be a god. As long as another god is hit, no one will be able to resist the order of the caster, and the wind, flowers and raging waves are no exception. Tell me where the Yushu Ice Mirror is hidden. At a depth meters below the Snow Country Palace. Since you know, why don't you go get this Yushu Ice Mirror, and spend all your energy to find other treasures? Kazama originally thought that Feng Hua Nudao only knew about Yushu Bingjing's affairs. But he never thought about it, but he knew it clearly. Now that he knows whether to go looking for it or not, this naturally makes Kazama feel very puzzled. Countless monarchs of the Snow Country have always wanted to obtain this Yushu Ice Mirror, but the Snow Country's strength is limited, and the ice and soil below it are indestructible, so no one can break through the meteor ice rock formation. It turns out that it's not that I don't want to take it, but that I don't have the ability to take it. If that's the case, then I'll accept it. Thinking of this, Kazama immediately ordered Feng Hua Nutao to take off his clothes and jump into the ice lake, with the purpose of letting him fend for himself. After all, it was a heinous crime for this wind, flowers and raging waves to kill the previous king of the Snow Country. It was Kazama's favor to let him swim in winter before he died. There is a strange fire, let alone a 30-meter ice layer. Even meters is not a difficult problem, but the Yushu Ice Mirror is directly below the Snow Kingdom Palace. What should I do? I can't destroy the Snow Kingdom Palace, right? Just when Kazama wanted to find a way to get the best of both worlds. Suddenly, I saw Naruto running over panting. I said, Kazama, what are you doing here? Where are the wind and flowers and raging waves? Oh, Feng Hua Nudao is dead. I was worried about him escaping, so I followed here. Even to Naruto, Kazama can't tell his true purpose. After all, everyone has their own secrets. The Palace of Snow Country has been in disrepair for a long time, and it was collapsed by the previous avalanche. Now it is being rebuilt. Let us help too. What? Hearing Naruto's words, Kazama was overjoyed. Because since the palace has collapsed, he can use the opportunity of repairing the palace to break through the ground and obtain the Yushu Ice Mirror. So Kazama immediately followed Naruto to the Imperial Palace in the Snow Country not far away. The current palace is indeed a mess. Seeing the sad faces of everyone in the palace, Kazama suddenly had the urge to laugh out loud. Although it is very inopportune, but now only when the Imperial Palace collapses, can he successfully get through the ground and look for Yushu Bingjing. Hey, although we really want to help, we still have more than enough energy. As soon as Kazama came here, he heard Kakashi's sigh. It turned out that due to the special geographical location of the Snow Country, although they found a master who could build the palace, they couldn't gather a lot of manpower. Relying on Kakashi alone will not help at all. Feng Hua Xiaoshui. This palace is the symbol of our Snow Country. If the ninjas you found can't repair this palace, then you are not qualified to be our king. Not bad. At this time, several ministers from the Snow Country immediately reprimanded Feng Hua Xiaoshui. Because they value boys over girls, they think that Fenghua Xiaoshui is a girl, and she is not worthy to be the king of Snow Country. So he wanted to take this opportunity to dismiss Fenghua Xiaoshui's ascension to the throne. It's okay, isn't it just that there are not enough people? Look at my shadow clone technique. As Naruto spoke, he used his shadow avatar, wanting to help rebuild the palace. However, due to his previous battle with the renegade of the Snow Country, the chakra in his body has not yet recovered. So just a few clones appeared, and all of them disappeared the next moment. HMPH. I know you ninjas are unreliable, you can't even use a clone, what rubbish. One of the ministers immediately laughed at Naruto. How many people do you need to build the palace? Seeing that this person dared to look down on Naruto, Kazama naturally wanted to stand up for Naruto. Besides, he had already decided to take advantage of the opportunity of repairing the palace to go underground and find Yushu Bingjing. At least 1,000. I'll give you one, I hope you don't look down on us ninjas. Haha, I laughed so hard. Hearing Kazama's words, the minister and the people behind him immediately burst out laughing. I said, are you a fool, kid? There is not even a bird in this snow-covered mountain. If you can find one people to rebuild the palace, I will go eat Shang now. Okay, this is what you said, Mudun has multiple clones. Kazama has an infinite chakra physique. Not to mention 1 Mewtwo avatars, even 100 million, it is easy for him. Bang bang bang. With the continuous appearance of Mudun clones, the minister who laughed at Kazama was already slumped on the ground in fright. He never expected that Kazama could really display 1 clones. There are a total of 1 clones here, and now I want you to fulfill your promise to eat Shang. Naruto. Exist. Did you drink expired milk today? Yes. Want to have diarrhea. Miss you. Okay, then you go with Naruto. Forgive me. The minister rushed to Kazama to beg for mercy, but Kazama had no intention of forgiving him at all. Our ninjas pay attention to promises. If we tell you to eat Shang, you must eat Shang. Come with me. Naruto immediately dragged the minister elsewhere. It made everyone present laugh out loud. Following the start of work on Mudun's clone, Kazama's main body came to the ruins while everyone was resting. I saw Kazama pointing with one hand, and the 10 different fires immediately shot towards the ice layer below. Fire overcomes ice, and Fengjian is a strange fire, so it can be said that it is easy to penetrate the ice layer in the ground. In a few breaths of effort, he had reached a depth of meters. Kazama then immediately opened the Eternal Kaleidoscope Sharingan. After all, there is no light below and it is extremely dark, so Kazama must use the pupil technique to enhance his vision. Found it. Relying on the powerful pupil power of the Eternal Kaleidoscope Sharingan. It didn't take long for Kazama to find a mirror made of ice that was tens of feet in size. Although Kazama had never seen Yushu Bingjing before. But judging from the powerful chakra emanating from this ice mirror today, Kazama is convinced that this is the Yushu ice mirror that he has been searching hard for, which can deflect all attacks in the world. This mirror is so big, if there is no technique to turn the ninja into chakra, I'm afraid I really can't take it away. As Kazama spoke, he immediately performed ninjutsu and began to fuse the Yushu ice mirror. But at the moment Kazama just successfully merged, a large number of mysterious creatures suddenly appeared here. All the fangs and claws roared toward the wind. Because it is now in the extremely dark underground, seeing the appearance of these mysterious creatures, even Kazama is a little frightened. Fortunately, Kazama's current body has become indestructible. He is not even afraid of the attacks of tailed beasts, let alone these monsters. The many monsters seemed to have no intelligence. Although they couldn't do anything to Feng Jian, they still didn't intend to stop, and they gathered more and more. Looking at the chakra attributes in these monsters, I think it must be the product of this Yushu ice mirror. If this is the case, then I will use the fused Yushu ice mirror to destroy them, just to try the power of Yushu ice mirror. Thinking of this, Kazama immediately opened Susanoo. However, due to the limited terrain here, Kazama has not opened the full body. It just displayed a big skeleton hand and held the fused Yushu ice mirror. At this time, as soon as the Yushu ice mirror appeared, it immediately bounced back the attacks of these ice monsters. In a few breaths of effort, these endless ice monsters were killed into nothingness. Unexpectedly, there are such monsters in the depths of the ground. The Snow Country is too weak, so it can be regarded as solving the potential danger for them. Then Kazama returned to the ground again. Now that he has obtained the Yushu Ice Mirror, there is no need for Kazama to stay in the snow country any longer. So Kazama cast another 1 wooden escape clones. A total Mewtwo clones completed the renovation of the new palace in only half a day. Everyone in the snow country was amazed. And the minister who had bet against Kazama before, saw the many clones of Kazama. Immediately, he remembered his unbearable past, so he went straight to the toilet and vomited. Next, as long as we find the sacred weapon of Yanwu Kingdom, the Burning Sky Bow, we will be able to get together 6 divine weapons that are completely complete with Susanoo. On the way back to Konoha, Kazama immediately took out the ancient book that recorded the artifact, and continued to study it. It is rumored that the Fenshin bow can gather the raging fire of the sky to attack the enemy, which is similar to the different fire in the wind. So Kazama thought that if he could attach his own strange fire to the Burning Sky Bow, the power would be even greater than before. So this Burning Sky Bow Kazama must be obtained. However, hundreds of years have passed since the Yanwu Kingdom was destroyed, and there is not even a ruin left. How can I find it? Thinking of this, Kazama felt a headache. Correct. While Kazama was thinking hard, he suddenly thought of Orochimaru. Because since Orochimaru can find the ancient artifact Kusanagi sword, there must be a way to find the same ancient Burning Sky Bow. Moreover, Kazama now has the strongest illusion, Byationjin, which can completely make Orochimaru obey him. Therefore, Kazama decided to return to Konoha first, and then went to look for Orochimaru. Chapter 51. As soon as Kazama returned to Konoha, he was called by the third Hokage. Kazama, I'm old now. When Orochimaru attacked Konoha last time, I was already powerless to resist. Therefore, I want Tsunade to succeed the 5th Hokage. What do you think? Kazama never expected that the third generation would ask for his own opinion on such a major event as the succession of Hokage. But then after thinking about it, Kazama also understood. After all, his strength has surpassed the ninjas in Konoha village. Moreover, he had protected Konoha, and promoted the alliance between the Land of Fire and the Land of Thunder. With their current strength and prestige, the 3 Hokages really want to ask for their own opinions. Yes, after all, Princess Tsunade is the granddaughter of the first Hokage, your apprentice, and one of the 3 ninjas with great military exploits, so she is fully capable of inheriting the position of Hokage. Really, seeing that Kazama didn't have any dissatisfaction, Sandai Hokage's hanging heart was finally relieved. After all, with Kazama's current strength, he is the most qualified to inherit the position of Hokage. Kazama, it stands to reason that with your strength and contributions, you should be the 5th Hokage, but now that you are too young, it is really inappropriate to be the Hokage, so I hope you don't get emotional. Don't worry, Sandai-sama, although my dream is to become Hokage, but that is a dream in the future. I really don't have the ability to inherit Hokage right now, so I think it's very appropriate for you to let Tsunade be the Hokage. Okay, I'm relieved to hear you say that. Seeing Kazama's statement, Sandai Hokage immediately smiled and nodded. And what Kazama said now is indeed the truth, he really doesn't have the idea of being Hokage now. Because his main goal now is to find the artifact and absorb the power of the tailed beast. To enhance your own strength, let yourself continue to become stronger. So he has to leave the village frequently. And if you become Hokage, you will be busy with work every day, so how can you do your own thing? Therefore, Kazama also felt that it was most suitable for Tsunade to be the 5th generation of Hokage. Next, I will arrange for Jiraiya to look for Tsunade, and Naruto will continue to practice with Jiraiya. I hope you will follow them. Firstly, I will urge Jiraiya to find Tsunade quickly. Second, if Tsunade is unwilling to come back, you can tie her back directly. The third Hokage knows that Jiraiya may not be able to persuade Tsunade to succeed. That's why Kazama was asked to use force at that time. After all, in front of the strange power Tsunade, only Kazama can suppress her. No problem, Kazama immediately agreed, because Kazama knew that on the way to find Tsunade next, he would encounter Orochimaru. At that time, I can use the power of Orochimaru to help me find the sacred weapon of Yanwu Kingdom, the Burning Sky Bow. The 3rd generation is really troublesome, actually sent 2 little ghosts to follow me. Jiraiya didn't take Kazama seriously at all, but regarded Kazama as a little ghost like Naruto. Hey, immortal, don't look down on Kazama, his strength is very strong. I told you not to call me a ***** fairy. Hearing Naruto's nickname for himself, Jiraiya immediately yelled at him. Master Jiraiya, let's hurry up and leave. HMPH, kid, don't think that I will follow your orders if the third generation asked you to supervise me. I heard that you protected Konoha with your own strength, and also beat Orochimaru to flee. I want to see if you really have this ability. No problem, I also want to see your strength, Master Jiraiya. Okay, as long as you can beat me, I will obey your orders. Prepare, 3, 2, spiral pills. Before Zilai finished speaking, he rushed towards Fengjian ahead of time. Immortal, you are cheating. When Naruto on the side saw it, he immediately yelled at Zilai as well. Haha, this is the soldier who never tires of cheating, the enemy will not wait for you to be ready. Ding, successfully absorbed the spiral pill, congratulations to the host for obtaining the Great Jade Spiral Pill. Ding, absorb 9 more ninjutsu, and you can get the number 11 different fire. You kid, you actually absorbed my spiral pill. Now is not the time to be surprised, look at my Dayu spiral pill. Before Jiraiya could react, the Dayu spiral pill, which was more powerful than the spiral pill, had already taken shape in Kazama's hand. I'm convinced, let's set off to find Tsunade right away. Seeing that Jiraiya also convinced himself, Kazama naturally stopped attacking. This kid is really a monster. He has learned the spiral pill that the 4th Hokage has studied for 3 years, and even created a more powerful move based on the spiral pill. Alas, I really can't accept it. Jiraiya also shook his head helplessly while thinking. Only now did he believe that Kazama's hanging and beating of Orochimaru was true. Seeing the colorless immortal, I'll say that Kazama is very strong. Seeing Jiraiya's deflated look, Naruto immediately burst out laughing. You can still laugh, you both graduated from the same school, don't you think you are already weak compared to Kazama? You dare to say that you underestimate me, Kazama, you will teach me this big jade spiral pill immediately, I will defeat the ***** immortal right now. I told you not to call me a fairy. Not long after, Jiraiya led Kazama and Naruto to find Tsunade's whereabouts. Tsunade, let me make a long story short. After Orochimaru attacked Konoha, the third generation felt that he was old and no longer suitable for the role of Hokage, so I hope you can go back to take over the position of the 5th Hokage. I reject. Before Jiraiya could finish speaking, Tsunade immediately sneered. Sarutobi-sensei still flaunts his abilities even though he's old. It's his destiny not to die this time, and he won't have such good luck next time. Let me be Hokage. I'm not that stupid. Hokage and others are fools. Asshole. Hearing Tsunade's words, Naruto immediately rushed towards her, waving his fists. It's a pity that he was dragged back by Zilai who was beside him. After all, Tsunade's strength is very clear to him, and Naruto is simply asking for trouble now. Little devil, I didn't mention you, why are you so angry? Seeing Naruto like this, Tsunade felt amused. Nonsense. Hokage is my dream. Not only did you insult the third generation of Hokage, but you also said that only a fool would become Hokage. Let me tell you, don't think you are a woman so I dare not flatter you. Immortal, don't pull me. You kid, you're in a tavern now, don't be so ashamed, okay. Naruto seems to be crazy now, and even Zilai can hardly hold him back. It is good. Tsunade slapped the table and immediately stood up. Little ghost, since you value Hokage's name so much, I'll make a bet with you today. As long as you knock me down, I will apologize to you, and if you are knocked down by me. As Tsunade spoke, he looked at the bulging wallet on Naruto's waist. As expected of the gambling princess Tsunade, Kazama beside him immediately laughed helplessly. He knew that Tsunade didn't just sincerely want to insult Hokage's name. It was because she had experienced too many wars and seen too many deaths, and she already had a shadow in her heart. That's why I don't want to return to Konoha, let alone assume the position of Hokage. Boy, I don't want to be said to be bullying the small, so I only use one finger to deal with you. As long as you can win, I will apologize to you immediately. After coming outside, Tsunade immediately waved his finger at Naruto. This is what you said yourself, the technique of shadow clone. Save it. As soon as Naruto launched an attack, Tsunade saw the flaw. With just one finger, Naruto was fanned 10 meters away. What's up, kid, are you convinced? Seeing Naruto so vulnerable, Tsunade immediately burst out laughing. Let me tell you, only brats like you take Hokage's name so seriously, and talk nonsense about becoming Hokage all day long. Brats like you who only know how to dream should be woken up by me long ago. Hateful. Hearing Tsunade's words, Naruto was so angry that he trembled all over, but there was nothing he could do. Because the gap between him and Tsunade is too great. My dream is also to become Hokage. I wonder if you have the ability to wake me up. At this time, Kazama helped Naruto up, and said coldly to Tsunade. Kazama, I knew you wouldn't be able to bear it, this is a good show. Jiraiya also immediately snickered, because he had already experienced Kazama's strength, and it was Tsunade's turn to be deflated next. The brats nowadays really don't know the heights of the heavens and the earth, okay. Since you want to seek abuse, then I will help you. You still follow the old rules. I only use one finger to deal with you. You'd better do your best, and I'll give you both hands and feet. What? Hearing Kazama's words, Tsunade suddenly became furious. She never expected that, as a Sannin, she would be looked down upon by a brat. Accompanied by Tsunade's mantra, a powerful attack followed. Although Tsunade was angry at being underestimated by Kazama, she still didn't try her best. But Tsunade didn't expect that even if she tried her best, she couldn't hurt Kazama at all. Boom! The wind of Tsunade's fist shook the surrounding stone walls into pieces. However, the Kazama hit by Tsunade was intact, and he didn't even move his footsteps. Ding! Congratulations on successfully absorbing the strange power, the host has obtained the strange power Bangshin Fist. Ding! Absorb 8 more ninjutsu, and you can get the number 11 different fire. Just when Kazama felt overjoyed that he had acquired another skill and was one step closer to the different fire, Tsunade on the opposite side has already issued a series of exclamations. My god, is this kid still human? Also exclaimed as the silence. As Tsunade's apprentice, she is very aware of how powerful Tsunade's terrifying power is. In the past, people who were hit by Tsunade often lacked arms and legs. But now Kazama, a seemingly ordinary ninja, actually blocked Tsunade's blow. Although Tsunade hasn't exhausted his full strength, even so, Kazama's terrifying defensive power is enough to make Shizune feel unbelievable. Is this still patience? HMPH. He is no ordinary ninja. Zillai also secretly smiled again. At the same time, he was stunned by Kazama's powerful defense. I thought Kazama would use ninjutsu to resist, but I never thought that he could block Tsunade's strange power with only his body. Even I can't do this. You little brat is really clever. Tsunade rubbed his slightly sore fist while talking. After all, the volcanic stone flame on Kazama's body is not a joke. If ordinary people dared to attack Kazama with such great force, they would have been killed by the shock. It's not just 2 strokes, I'll do 3 strokes. Please use some strength, I can still hold on. You fool, how dare you laugh at me again and again? Hearing Kazama's contemptuous words, Tsunade immediately burst into an unprecedented momentum. Even the pavement under his feet was shaken with several cracks. This kid, is he trying to provoke Tsunade-sama on purpose? After seeing Shizune, she hurriedly stepped aside. She was very clear about the consequences of Tsunade's anger. This kid Kazama is really kind, so exciting, so exciting. Zillai also seems to be a person who doesn't think it's a big deal to watch the excitement. Boy, your defense is indeed very strong, but this attack, you can't stop it no matter what, it hurts. What? Tsunade is really serious. Looking at Tsunade's leaping figure, Jiraiya knew that this move was Tsunade's trump card. With one kick, you can attack with a strange power that can make land fall and mountains crack. Boy, get out of the way. Jiraiya was also convinced that Kazama would not be able to block this blow, so he hurriedly shouted at him. Master Tsunade, please calm down. Shizune also hurriedly tried to stop Tsunade at this time. Boy, now is the time to beg for mercy. Seeing Tsunade rushing towards him, Kazama immediately showed that iconic smile. Strange power Bang Tien Fist. What? Following Tsunade's exclamation, her painful feet and Hongtian fist had already collided. Immediately afterwards, a beautiful arc flew across the night sky, indicating that Tsunade, known for his strange power, had been defeated. Master Tsunade lost. This guy Tsunade will be defeated. Looking at Tsunade who fell to the ground, Shizune and Jiraiya also said in surprise at the same time. And what surprised them even more was that Kazama could also use Tsunade's unique strange power. Even Zilai knew that Kazama was unusual, but he was still shocked at this time. Tsunade-sama, are you alright? Shizune quickly helped Tsunade up. Sure enough, people can't be judged by their appearance. At this time, even Tsunade had to admire Kazama's strength. Because she completely lost to Kazama in terms of defense and monster power. Although there were only 2 short rounds of fighting, she also saw the strength gap between herself and Feng Jian. But, Tsunade said with a sly smile on the corner of his mouth. You lost this time, because you said to let me use both hands and feet, but you just used your right hand. Hearing Tsunade's words, Kazama was a little dumbfounded. But what Tsunade said was right, Kazama did move his hand just now. Hey, don't you feel blushing when you're fussing about with a junior? Go away. Tsunade sent Jiraiya flying with one punch. Since you lost, there is no need for me to apologize to you. Tsunade said and turned to leave. Wait a minute, there's me. Just when Kazama was about to stop Tsunade, Naruto limped over immediately. Give me 3 days if you have the ability, and I will definitely defeat you. HMPH, kid, you really don't cry when you see the coffin. That's right, never give up, this is my way of ninja. Okay, then I'll give you 3 days. Tsunade, let's hurry back to Konoha. Go away. With a punch, Jiraiya flew away again. But Kazama has no objection to the agreement between Tsunade and Naruto. Because Kazama's main purpose now is to keep Tsunade here to lead Orochimaru. Then he was taking the opportunity to control Orochimaru, looking for the artifact burning sky bow. I have tried my best, but I still failed. Naruto has been practicing the spiral pill day and night for the duel with Tsunade 3 days later. In fact, even if Naruto has learned the spiral pill, he can't defeat Tsunade with his current strength. But even so, Naruto was unwilling to give up. Go forward bravely, never give up, is this your ninja way, Naruto? Seeing Naruto's performance at this moment, Kazama behind the tree couldn't help secretly praising him. If there is no system, he may be ridiculed and looked down upon just like Naruto. When I see Naruto now, I think of myself in the past. So Kazama decided to help Naruto and let him become a blockbuster in 3 days. Kazama, why are you here? Naruto, who was tired and sweating profusely, finally couldn't support himself and sat on the ground. I'm here to help you. Kazama poked with one hand, and the power of Yangwo from Yin-Yang Shuangyan rushed into Naruto's body instantly. It not only repaired his injury, but also made him alive again. Thank you so much Kazama. Naruto had been healed by Kazama with this technique before, so he was no stranger to it. Naruto, do you really want to defeat Tsunade in 3 days' time? Yes, I must personally hear her apology to me. I will absolutely not allow anyone to insult the name Hokage. Okay, if this is the case, then I will help you. As long as you learn this technique, you will definitely defeat Tsunade in 3 days. Really, you want to help me master the spiral pill? Hearing that Kazama was willing to help him, Naruto immediately became happy. What I want to teach you is not the spiral pill, but the S-rank Fengdun spiral pill shuriken. With a piercing buzzing sound, the powerful wind-done Helix Maru shuriken took shape. With Kazama's shot, a hill not far away was instantly smashed to pieces. Is this the S-rank ninjutsu? It's so powerful, but can I learn it? It will definitely work, Kazama said and patted Naruto on the shoulder. Naruto, this technique is originally yours, so I will give it to you in advance. Thinking of this, Kazama immediately began to tell Naruto the key points. Although Kazama only mastered the big jade helix pill at first. However, because Kazama absorbed the wind and anger dragon flames, his wind escape has reached its peak. Plus his understanding of Fengdun Helixuan shuriken. Therefore, mastering the Fengdun Helixuan shuriken is naturally easy. Moreover, Kazama also injected Naruto's body with different fire, wind and anger dragon flames. Although it is only temporary, the improvement and understanding of Naruto Fungdun is permanent. Moreover, Kazama asked Naruto to use the shadow clone to use the wind escape spiral pill shuriken from the beginning, which also saved Naruto a lot of detours. After 3 days, when Kazama and Naruto arrived at the agreed place, there was no one there. Tsunade old lady didn't just run away, did she? Naruto immediately said angrily. After finally learning the Fungdun Helix One shuriken, he naturally wants to open everyone's eyes. But now there is not even a shadow person here. Although Tsunade is addicted to gambling, he will never run away. Oops, could it be that he has already started fighting with Orochimaru? Thinking of this, Kazama immediately used his super perception. As Kazama had expected, the battle between Tsunade and Orochimaru had reached a fever pitch. Naruto, come with me. Kazama, who had cast the instantaneous body technique, disappeared within a few breaths. You should wait for me. Naruto shouted while running towards the direction where Kazama disappeared. Unexpectedly, Princess Tsunade, one of the 3 ninjas, would also faint. Since Orochimaru had revealed Tsunade's weakness, Yakushido had beaten Tsunade back in a row at this moment. And Jiraiya was pinned down by Orochimaru, and he couldn't rescue him at all. As for Tsunade's apprentice Jingyin, he is no match for Yakushido. Princess Tsunade, I hope you can accept Master Orochimaru's proposal and unite with him to destroy Konoha, otherwise you will only have a dead end waiting for you. If you want me to unite with Orochimaru, it's just a dream. Then you will die. Yakushido immediately used his chakra scalpel to cut off the meridians in Tsunade's body. Not only did Tsunade not be able to refine chakra, even Tsunade's breathing became a little difficult at the moment. I have cut off the meridians around your heart, and you will suffocate to death within an hour or 3/4. Unexpectedly, I can also kill the legendary Tsunade princess. This feeling is really great, haha. Then I'll make you feel better. Before Yakushido realized what was going on, he was punched 10 meters away. With just this punch, half of Medicine Master's body was knocked unconscious. A strange power that is more terrifying than Tsunade. Who are you? Seeing that he was knocked to the ground by a young man, the pharmacist suddenly became angry from embarrassment. The Wind Room. Seeing Kazama's sudden appearance, Tsunade was very happy. Although she didn't know how strong Kazama was. But she always feels that as long as there is Feng Jian, all enemies can be easily solved. You rest for a while, then watch mine. As Kazama spoke, he unleashed the power of Yangwo, which instantly healed Tsunade and Shizun's injuries. This power is. At this time, even Tsunade, who is good at medical skills, was shocked by this magical flame in Kazama. How dare you sneak up on me, you little fool. Although he was seriously injured by Kazama's punch, Yakushido still didn't take Kazama seriously. It's not a sneak attack, but your reaction is too slow. You little fool, see how I deal with you next. Pharmacist Do used chakra to repair his injuries while talking. Little rascal, it's not good to provoke anyone, you're the one who provokes me. I'll not only want you to burn your bones and ashes, but also dig out the corpses of your 18th generation ancestors, haha. Even though the pharmacist's strength is mediocre, his ability to swear is very powerful. Amaterasu. Kazama was too lazy to talk nonsense with him, and directly used Amaterasu to attack the limbs of Yakushido. As for the scum-like medicine master Do, Kazama naturally wouldn't let him die too happily. That's why he was slowly tortured to death with Amaterasu. You actually have a kaleidoscope Sharingan. Seeing Kazama's eyes, Yakushido felt the horror of Kazama. Wait slowly to die. Kazama immediately killed Orochimaru in the distance. How dare you look down on me, you fool. Just wait for me. Pharmacist Do hurriedly controlled the chakra in his body and cut off his limbs. Let yourself no longer be attacked by the Amaterasu black flame, and then the broken limbs slowly grew out again. The technique of regeneration. Tsunade was startled when he saw that the limbs that Yakushido cut off actually grew again. That's right. This is the regeneration technique bestowed on me by Master Orochimaru. Although it will consume a lot of chakra, it is enough to solve you. If you want to kill Granny Tsunade, you have to pass my level first. Naruto finally arrived here, and immediately stood in front of Tsunade. Haha, I didn't expect you, the tail of the crane, to come here to join in the fun. Although I can't deal with that brat Kazama, it's still easy to deal with you trash. Today next year will be the death day of you and Tsunade. As soon as the pharmacist finished speaking, he rushed towards Naruto. Wind escape spiral pill shuriken. At this time, Naruto directly performed the technique that Kazama taught him. Why are all the brats now monsters? Accompanied by bursts of wailing, Yao Shi was beaten almost to death by the shuriken of Fengdun Spiral Wan within a short time. At this moment, even his regeneration technique couldn't repair his broken body. This is because Naruto has not fully mastered the shuriken technique of Fengdun Helixwan, but only exerted 50.00% of its power. If he had used 50% of his power, Yao Shida would have been beaten to pieces long ago. Oshimaru, long time no see. The Wind Room. Seeing the appearance of Kazama, Orochimaru and Jiraiya were also shocked. But Zillai was also a surprise, while Orochimaru was terrified. After all, he was in Konoha before, but was abused by Kazama twice in a row. HMPH. Little miscellaneous hair. I originally wanted to use Tsunade's power to destroy Konoha, and I would seek revenge on you by the way. Since you took the initiative to send it to your door, then I will be ashamed. Hachi's art. As soon as Orochimaru's handprints were knotted, it immediately turned into an 8-headed white phosphorus serpent, with a body like a mountain and a spirit like a ghost. Even Jiraiya, who is one of the Sannin, was frightened by this technique of Orochimaru and trembled all over. Little ghost, my target in Konoha was not you at all, so I didn't bother to fight with you. Do you really think you can shit on my neck now? Today I will let you experience my Yaki technique and let you know how powerful I am. Kazama, hurry up. Orochimaru's current technique is hard for me to resist, so don't try to be brave. Hearing Jiraiya's warning, Kazama immediately smiled faintly. Because of him with the strongest illusion, Byakuyanshin, it is easy to deal with Orochimaru. But Kazama didn't cast B-tension right away, but prepared to absorb Orochimaru's Yaki technique first. This H-chi art is Orochimaru's trump card. I heard that it can rival the tailed beast. If I absorb the H-chi art, what kind of skills can I get? Thinking of this, Kazama decided to let Orochi of Orochimaru attack him first. Wait for yourself to absorb the attack and acquire the skills, and then start to hang Dashawan. Go to hell, kid. With the roar of Orochimaru, the white phosphorus snake it transformed into immediately killed Kazama. Get out of the way. Jiraiya hurriedly retreated at this time. On the other hand, Kazama took the initiative to meet the attack of Orochimaru. Kazama, Orochimaru's technique is no joke, you can't resist it. Get back quickly. Jiraiya also knew that although Kazama's defense was very strong, but now Orochimaru's Yaki technique is obviously a power that can rival the tailed beast. Just ask, no matter how strong a person's defense is, how can he resist the attack of the tailed beast? But Jiraiya didn't know that Kazama happened to be the one who could resist the power of the tailed beast. Little devil, I know you will absorb the opponent's attack, but it's a pity that my Baki technique can destroy the world, and you can't resist it with a fool like you, haha. Dashimaru laughed wildly when he saw that Kazama did not hide and went back, as if he had foreseen his victory. Ding! Absorbing the art of Yamada is successful. Congratulations to the host for gaining the power of Yamada no Orochi, and can transform into a real Yamada no Orochi. Ding! Congratulations to the host for obtaining the number 11 different fire, the tortoise spirit earth fire, which can summon a giant tortoise to attack the opponent. Sure enough, as I expected, this Yaki technique is very powerful. Not only did I get the power of the real Yamada no Orochi, but it even allowed me to directly obtain the Gilling-Jihuo, okay. Then try the power of this Gilling-Jihuo and Yaki Orochi now. As Kazama spoke, he stood upright in the sky, sneered and looked at Orochimaru on the opposite side. What, you? You didn't die. Even Orochimaru knew that Kazama was not easy to deal with. But he never expected that Kazama was unscathed after bearing the full blow of his H-chi technique. After all, his own Baki technique is as powerful as the tailed beast. Is this kid still a human? He is clearly a monster. It is enough to see the shock in Orochimaru's heart to make Orochimaru, who is himself a monster, say such words. Kazama, you little boy is so lucky. Jiraiya not far away was still worried about Kazama's safety. But now that Kazama was safe and sound, he finally breathed a sigh of relief. Master Jiraiya, run quickly. Why? Hearing Kazama's nonsensical words, Jiraiya was also very puzzled. Because I'm going to start pretending, Gilingdaihuo. Kazama raised his hand and pointed, a mountain-shaped head, flame spikes all over his body, and a mouthful of fangs had already taken shape. This is. Looking at the giant flame tortoise that is the same size as his white phosphorus Yamata no Orochi. Orochimaru suddenly felt a terrifying coercion, which he had never felt before. Fortunately, I run fast, this kid Kazama can actually perform psychic skills, it's amazing, it's amazing. Jiraiya was already out of breath and ran 100 meters away. Master Jiraiya, run a little further. Why are you still running? Jilai asked again with a sad face. Because I have to pretend to be aggressive again. You forgive me. Hearing Kazama's words, Jilai could only continue to run outside. Oshimaru, put away your fake Yaki technique, today I will let you see the real Yamata no Orochi. With Kazama's wild laughter, its body immediately turned into a Yamata no Orochi with 8 heads and 8 tails, its head was like a dragon, its eyes were like lanterns, and it had wings on its back. There are 8 colored clouds floating above its head, and its body is as huge as 8 mountain peaks. The 8 giant snake heads respectively contain ninjutsu of the 8 natures of wind, thunder, water, fire, earth, haze, melting and ice. Compared with the real Yamata no Orochi that Orochimaru is proud of now, it is as weak as an ant. Although Kazama's changed Yamata no Orochi has not yet launched an attack. But just by the aura of this wild monster, it was enough to scare Orochimaru half to death. Previously, Orochimaru only felt the terror of Kazama. But now I can really feel the breath of death brought by Kazama. This kid Kazama is definitely not human, he is definitely a monster. Jilai in the distance was also frightened by Kazama's successive moves and sat paralyzed on the ground. Even though he has experienced countless wars, he has never seen such a terrifying ninjutsu. Just a mountain giant tortoise formed by flames is shocking enough. Now there is another Yamata no Orochi, which is bigger and more terrifying than the giant mountain tortoise. Jiraiya thought it was a close battle. But now it seems that the situation is already one-sided. The white phosphorus serpent transformed by Orochimaru has already curled up to the side, losing its fighting power. It's the first time I've seen Orochimaru frightened like this. At this time Tsunade, Naruto, and Shizune also rushed over. Not to mention Orochimaru, even if the first Hokage, who is known as the god of ninjas, is resurrected, he will tremble with fright when he sees the scene today. As he said that, he slumped on the ground. Compared to Kazama, are we really ninjas? Jiraiya, Tsunade, Shizune, and Naruto immediately sighed in unison. At this time, Orochimaru, who was fighting with Kazama, had already lost any resistance. Even though Kazama hadn't launched an attack yet, Orochimaru also expected that he would be defeated this time. Go, Turtle Spirit Earth Fire. Following Kazama's order, the mountain giant tortoise composed of different fires took the lead in attacking Orochimaru. Orochimaru, who had lost his fighting spirit, was beaten to pieces by Kameling Jaihuo's powerful attack after a few face-to-face encounters. The white phosphorus snake with 8 snake heads, now only has 3 snake heads left. In fact, Gilingdaihuo alone is enough to beat Orochimaru's Yaki technique. But Kazama just likes to kill chickens with a sledgehammer. Seeing Orochimaru's embarrassing appearance, the Yamata no Orochi that Kazama transformed into instantly opened its mouth wide. Ninjutsu of the 8 natures of wind, thunder, water, fire, earth, haze, and melting ice. In an instant, they all killed the white phosphorus snake on the opposite side. Triple Rashomon. After seeing Orochimaru, he quickly got away from the white phosphorus snake, and then used his strongest defense. HMPH. Even the 5-fold Rashomon can't stop it. There was a loud bang. The powerful attack of the Yamata no Orochi transformed into Kazama not only smashed Orochimaru's triple Rashomon into nothingness. Even this vast forest with a radius of thousands of miles was instantly razed to the ground. This kind of destructive power is unmatched even by tailed beasts. This scene is like a ninja war. Jiraiya and others saw the amazing destructive power of Kazama's Yamata no Orochi, and couldn't help wiping off a cold sweat. Fortunately, they ran fast just now, otherwise they would be sent to the west by Kazama. Now Orochimaru shouldn't be able to survive, right? Of course, Orochimaru can't escape. But both Jiraiya and Tsunade were wrong, because Orochimaru survived. But it wasn't because Orochimaru was capable, but because Kazama secretly rescued the half-dead Orochimaru. After all, Kazama will ask Orochimaru to help him find the sacred weapon of Yanwu Kingdom, the Burning Sky Bow. How could he let Orochimaru die so easily? And the reason why he used Gilling Jihuo and Yaki Orochi to deal with Orochimaru just now. I just want to try these two new techniques I have acquired through the duel with Orochimaru. Show it off, show it off. People like to show off their wealth, but Kazama likes to show off their skills. What is this place? Am I still alive? After waking up, Orochimaru murmured while looking at the strange scene in front of him. Nonsense. What? You? Seeing the sudden appearance of Kazama, Orochimaru was frightened and incoherent. Looking at Dashimaru's appearance at the moment, Kazama suddenly felt amused. Oshimaru, who used to be scary in the past, is actually scared like this by me now. Thinking of this, Kazama immediately coughed dryly. Okay, Orochimaru, I won't play around with you anymore. If you still want to live on, then I, Orochimaru, am willing to submit to Kazama-sama. What? Hearing what Orochimaru said, this time it was Kazama's turn to be shocked. Although his purpose from the beginning was to make Orochimaru submit to himself. But he hasn't cast other gods on Orochimaru yet. Unexpectedly, Orochimaru would take the initiative to surrender to himself, which Kazama did not expect at the beginning. But looking at Dashuin's frightened appearance at this time, Kazama also immediately understood that Orochimaru was obviously scared out of his wits by his previous Kamiseki fire and Yamata no Orochi. Therefore, even Orochimaru, who was unwilling to surrender even to the Akatsuki organization, now willingly submits to himself. This is the fate of anyone bowing their heads in the face of absolute strength. It's just right, now the other gods are saved. Kazama was overjoyed, and then said to Orochimaru again, since you are willing to voluntarily surrender, then I will naturally not kill you again, but if you dare to betray me in the future, then I will. Master Kazama, don't worry. Before Kazama finished speaking, Orochimaru immediately cast a mark on himself. The mark one have now is the double-killing snake mark. If I betray you in the future, even if I escape to the ends of the earth, you can instantly open the mark and kill me. Orochimaru told Kazama how to open the mark after speaking. Well, very good. Since you are so loyal, then I will trust you, and since you have become my subordinate, you don't have to worry about being hunted down by Shao organization again, I will protect you. Thank you, Kazama-sama. Hearing Kazama's words, Orochimaru was both surprised and delighted. Surprisingly, the Akatsuki organization is very mysterious, and almost no one knows about it. Moreover, the matter from joining Akatsuki to betraying Akatsuki has never been made public. But Kazama knew all about this, and Orochimaru was naturally startled. The joy is that Kazama is strong and willing to help him deal with Akatsuki. Then I finally don't have to worry about Akatsuki's pursuit in the future. Thinking of this, Orochimaru suddenly felt that it was very correct to surrender to Kazama. In addition, you must keep in mind that you must not kill innocent people indiscriminately in the future. You can continue to engage in the research you like, but that is on the premise of not endangering human life, otherwise I will make your life worse than death. Subordinates obey. Seeing Orochimaru becoming so obedient, Kazama was overjoyed. Now I will give you the first task, help me find the sacred weapon of the Yanwu Kingdom, the Burning Sky Bow. Burning Sky Bow. That's right, the Burning Sky Bow is an ancient divine weapon just like the Grass Pheasant Sword. Since you can find the Grass Pheasant Sword, I think the Burning Sky Bow will not be too difficult for you. Master Kazama, don't worry, I will definitely find Fen Tiangong for you. Okay, when you have news of Burning Sky Bow, go find me on the outskirts of Konoha, and someone will take care of you when the time comes. As Kazama spoke, he disappeared, and the next moment, he appeared in the hiding place of Zabu Zanbai and others. Oshimaru has become my subordinate. If he has something important to ask me next, he will appear around Konoha. You will meet him and notify me when the time comes. What? Orochimaru, one of the Sannin, actually surrendered to you, Kazama-sama. Zai Bujin and the others were shocked when they heard the news. What? Do you think that my strength is too low, and I'm not qualified to make Orochimaru surrender? No, we definitely didn't mean that. Hearing Kazama's questioning, Zabujan and the others waved their hands in fright. Don't worry, I'm just joking with you, don't be so nervous. Kazama smiled and patted Zabujan's shoulder, and everyone let out a sigh of relief. We are just surprised. After all, Orochimaru refused to accept even the third Hokage, but now he surrenders to you. This may be a drop of one thing, Kazama said and prepared to leave. Master Kazama, there is one more important matter. What's up? Seeing the panicked appearance of Zabujan and others, Kazama was greatly puzzled. Before we saw a white phosphorus serpent and a giant tortoise turned into flames in the distance, and the rumored Yamada no Orochi. I don't know if it is an enemy or a friend, so I want you to be prepared. Hearing Zabujan's words, Kazama immediately laughed. That white phosphorus snake was transformed from Orochimaru, so don't make any fuss. What about the other two giant tortoises and Yamada no Orochi? That's my technique. After Kazama said that, he set off for Konoha, leaving only Zabuza and others with faces full of astonishment in place. Because Kazama took Orochimaru, he returned to Konoha a few days later than Tsunade and others. When he returned to Konoha, he received a letter from the 5th Hokage Tsunade. Gaara from Sand Hidden Village was captured by Shikamaru from Artisan Village. Shikamaru and others who went to rescue were also caught in a hard fight. If possible, I hope you can go to rescue Shikamaru and Gaara. Don't look at Tsunade as already the 5th Hokage, but her attitude towards Kazama is still very polite, even a little in awe. After all, she had already learned about Kazama's previous strength. Even her 5th Hokage is not Kazama's opponent. How dare she give orders to Kazama at will? Okay, I'll go to the rescue right now. Kazama took the order and left, because he still respected Tsunade very much in his heart, and naturally he would not violate her order. Besides, Shikamaru and others are partners in their own village, and Gaara is also an ally of Konoha, so there is absolutely no reason not to be saved. Orochimaru. As soon as Kazama left the village, he happened to see Orochimaru talking with Zabujan and others. Could it be that Orochimaru has already found the whereabouts of Fen Tiangong? Kazama immediately flew in front of Orochimaru. Master Kazama, you came just in time, I have already found the whereabouts of Fen Tiangong. Really? Great. Before even half a day came, he found the long-lost artifact, the burning sky bow, and Feng Jian was very happy. Where is Fen Tiangong now? It's in the hands of the 4 heavenly elephants in the artisan village. What? 4 heavenly elephants, what a coincidence. Seeing Kazama's big laugh, Orochimaru and the others didn't know what to do. You don't know that the 4 heavenly elephants kidnapped Gaara, and defeated Shikamaru and others who went to the rescue. I am about to go to the rescue. This time, I can kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I can save Gaara and get the burning sky bow. Kazama said that he was about to leave, but Orochimaru stopped him immediately with a smile. Master Kazama, why do you need to deal with such a trivial matter as the 4 heavenly elephants? I can handle it by myself. That's right, Master Kazama, the ninjas in Artisan Village are not worthy of your attack, the few of us are enough. No more beheading, and others immediately stepped forward. Having said that, it's not convenient for you to show up now. After thinking about it for a while, Kazama rejected the proposals of Orochimaru, Zabuza and others. Because you are all rebellious ninjas now, if you appear in front of Konoha and Seigen ninjas, it will be somewhat troublesome. As for Yamanakake's and Yumi Taken, you two have died with Danzo in the eyes of Konoha's high-level officials, and it is not suitable to show up again. So let me go alone for this operation. You can go to Otoshimaru's Odonin village to live first. When the time is right in the future, I will help you restore your identity and prevent you from living a life of fugitive all day long. Thank you, Kazama-sama. Seeing that Kazama has been planning for himself and others, Zabujan, Bai, Shanjiangfang, and Yunvi are quite moved. Oshawan, this time you found Fen Tiangong and made great contributions. I will definitely reward you when you come back. Master Kazama, I am grateful that you can save my life, and I will never dare to ask for your reward again. You will be rewarded if you have meritorious service. You don't need to refuse. You can start now. I will also start to act. Kazama said and rushed towards the place where the 4 heavens resembled people. Humph, a bunch of trash. At this time, Tamari has been knocked to the ground by the peacock among the 4 heavenly elephants. Shikamaru and Ino, who came to the rescue, couldn't get any advantage from Peacock's double swords. Muya and Cheyenne village have a good reputation, but their strength is such rubbish. Since your skills are not as good as others, then I will send you to the west sky, where the wind escapes thousands of winds. Ding! You succeeded in absorbing Wind Escape Thousand Faces Wind. Congratulations to the host for obtaining Wind Escape Whirlwind / Ding! Absorb 11 more types of ninjutsu, and you will get the 9 Dragon Lightning Fire. This fire already possesses intelligence. Not only can it increase the host's lightning escape to the extreme, but it can also become 9 lightning fire dragons, which can be used to attack and defend. Kazama, you are finally here. Thank you, Kazama. Seeing Kazama appearing and blocking the attack for themselves, Temari, Shikamaru and others let out a sigh of relief. Because there is the wind, I don't have to be afraid of anything. HMPH. Here comes another useless trash. Seeing that his attack did not cause damage to Kazama. Although Peacock was surprised, he still didn't take Kazama seriously. In her eyes, Feng Jian is just a young fool, vulnerable to a single blow. Little ghost, I advise you not to be a hero, otherwise your fate will be the same as theirs, that is, you will be killed by me, so you will immediately kowtow to me 1 time, and then cut off your arms and legs, and I will spare your life. How about it? Ha ha. Peacock laughed wildly while talking. This guy is about to be slapped in the face. Shikamaru and Temari immediately said in unison. Because they are very aware of Kazama's terrifying strength. It's better to die than to break your own arms. Following Feng Jian's sneer, a more powerful Feng Dun has already charged towards Peacock. Wind Escape. Whirlwind. What? You actually know how to use my ninjutsu. Whirlwind Slash is Peacock's exclusive wind escape with dual swords, so Peacock will be so surprised. Wind Escape. Wind Reverse. After seeing Peacock, he immediately rebounded Kazama's ninjutsu. It's a pity that Kazama's technique is not an ordinary wind escape, but a wind escape that contains the power of different fires. Peacock's wind reversal not only didn't work at this time. Instead, it was burned into nothingness by the strange fire contained in it. Boom! With the death of the Peacock, Kazama's body immediately turned into a human-shaped piece of wood. You actually only used 1 avatar to easily deal with the powerful enemy. Seeing this situation, Temari and Shikamaru looked at each other in blank dismay. Because they have been completely convinced by Kazama's powerful strength. On the other side, the remaining 3 of the 4 elephants finally completed the resurrection ceremony. Kingming, the ancestor of the artisan village after the resurrection, is not only equipped with Peacock double swords, Longan retractable sword, and infinite armor. At the same time, he was also holding the burning sky bow, an artifact that Kazama dreamed of. At this time, Kingming's strength was unprecedentedly strong. Even the one-tailed Jinchuriku Gaara was beaten so helplessly by him. Gaara, it's a waste for a monster like you to live in this world. I'll accept the tail in your body without hesitation. As Kingming spoke, he pulled the Fenshin bow, ready to kill Gaara. Then absorb the power of one tail guarding the crane in its body. Looks like I'm done with it. Looking at the overwhelming flames, Gaara closed his eyes in despair. That's right, trash like you can only wait to die, haha. What? Kingming, who was laughing wildly, suddenly stopped smiling. Because a red skeleton appeared in front of his eyes. Not only did he block the flames of his burning sky bow, but he even surrounded Gaara inside. As expected of a sacred weapon, the burning sky bow. Even Susanoo was burned and scarred. You came just in time. I love Ratone Kazama, if he showed up later, I would be going to hell. Sorry, but the hero's appearance is always a bit late. HMPH. How dare a trash call himself a hero? Seeing Susanoo in Kazama, although he blocked the flames of the burning bow, many holes were burned out. So Kingming thought that Kazama's strength was no more than that, so he laughed at Kazama. Boy, since you were looking for death, you can't blame me. Under my burning heaven bow, no living thing can escape death. Really? Then I really want to try. Okay, today I will let you little fool open your eyes, but the price is to pay your life. After Kingming said that, he opened the Fenshin bow again. And this time the Tiangong raging fire contained in the burning sky bow is obviously stronger than before. Oops, you go, leave me alone. Gaara also saw that Fen Tiangong was unusual, so he immediately shouted to Kazama in front of him. Don't worry, any technique is rubbish in front of my Susanoo. Dare to laugh at my technique is rubbish, and then I will make you into rubbish. Accompanied by King Ming's furious roar, the sky-burning flames rushed towards him. However, Kazama's complete body, Susanoo, has also taken shape in an instant. Moreover, the surface of Susanoo's body was covered with layers of strange fire. Just when King Ming thought that his burning flames would burn Fengjian into nothingness. But he saw that his invincible burning flame was completely burned into nothingness by the strange fire around him. The flames burned the flames into nothingness. This scene, even King Ming, the ancestor of the artisan village, was extremely shocked. Impossible. I am the ancestor of the dignified artisan village. How could I not be able to kill a little fool like you? In my eyes you are trash. Knowing that Kazama is very powerful, he is not afraid of his own burning sky bow. But at this time King Ming seemed to be crazy, and kept attacking Kazama's complete body Susanoo. You hit it back, but I ask you to keep your mouth clean. Kazama hated others to call him a scumbag, but this King Ming said that he was a scumbag on one side and another on the other. Clean up your old mother. You fool, what right do you have to prevent me from scolding you? Let me tell you, I am the ancestor of the artisan village. When I founded the artisan village, you were not even born yet. Eat shit. Kazama never expected that King Ming, who claimed to be the ancestor of the artisan village, now scolds people like a shrew. Kazama really suspected that King Ming was a gangster in the society. Seeing that King Ming didn't know how to live or die, Kazama directly asked Susanoo to use the Yushu ice mirror to bounce the blazing flames of the burning sky bow onto King Ming's body. The burning King Ming squeaked and screamed. Then Feng Jian jumped up, and immediately took the Fentian gong into his hands. Now that you don't even have your trump card, the burning sky bow, tell me who is the trash. Haha, little fool, do you think you can use the burning heaven bow with ease? Let me tell you that the burning heaven bow is a divine tool, and it cannot be used without a powerful chakra. Just a piece of trash like you wants to use the burning heaven bow. Just dream, if you can pull the burning heaven bow, I will swim in the dung pond. Then you are a butterfly swimmer. Kazama reached out with both hands, and immediately pulled the Fentian bow into the shape of a full moon. How is this possible? This is the divine weapon burning heaven bow. It takes a lot of chakra to pull it. Why can you pull it even if you are useless? Seeing the burning sky bow in Kazama's hand, it was obviously more powerful than when he used it at the beginning. King Ming backed away in shock, breaking out in cold sweat. In front of infinite chakra Kazama can easily pull away even 10,000, not to mention one burning sky bow. Since he is a dead person, he should sleep peacefully. With Feng Jian's furious shout, thousands of celestial gang flames instantly burned King Ming into nothingness. It's a pity that this King Ming had just been resurrected, and was beheaded by Kazama again. Kazama, you are much stronger than when you were in the Chunin exam. Seeing King Ming dead, Gaara finally let out a sigh of relief. But just when he wanted to boast about Kazama left without looking back. I rely on. I love Rauden and feel incredibly awkward. And Fengyan's sudden departure at this time was because he couldn't wait to fuse with Fentian Gong. After a stick of incense time, Kazama's three-headed and six-armed complete body, Susanoo, already possessed 6 powerful artifacts. 2 Susanoo swords that cut mountains and rocks. An infinitely extended grass pheasant sword, a shark muscle that can absorb chakra. There is also the Yushu ice mirror that deflects all attacks in the world, and the burning sky bow that burns everything in the world. With the gathering of the 6 artifacts, Susanoo, who was originally red all over, turned into a golden light. Like the golden giant, standing between the sky and the earth, it can be said to be swallowing mountains and rivers. At this moment, Kazama suddenly felt the beating of the falling heart inflammation in his body. Not good. The wooden man must have met Akatsuki. Kazama immediately used the technique of instant body, and rushed towards Union Village in the Kingdom of Thunder. In order to thwart Akatsuki's action to recover the tailed beast. That's why Yomurin was given a trace of falling heart flame, allowing her to use it in a critical moment. Now that the falling heart flame in his body has reacted. That proves that Yumu Rending was attacked by the Akatsuki organization and fell into a desperate situation. Otherwise, as a two-tailed Jinchuriki, she would not be easily defeated. No one except Akatsuki has such a powerful strength. The two-tailed Jinchuriki can actually use fire escape, it's really surprising. At this time, Jiaodu had already carried the unconscious wooden man on his shoulders. The most frightening thing is that this flame is actually an unknown fire, which came from the heart and caused you to lose a heart, haha. As Fei Duan said that, he laughed at the corners of his mouth. If this nameless fire hits you, I'll see what you will do. Hearing Kakuzu's words, Hidan was speechless for a moment. Because the nameless fire cast by the wooden man earlier was a trace of falling heart flame that Kazama gave her. At that time, Yu Murin was close to defeat, so he wanted to defeat the enemy with the falling heart flame. It's a pity that Jiaodu just happened to be chosen. You must know that Jiaodu has 5 hearts in his body. These 5 hearts can still leave the body and act independently, which is why they were all escaped by the horns. In fact, this recovery of Erwei was not pre-arranged. It was the temporary idea of Jiaodu and Fei Duan. Because when he was looking for a black market bounty ninja in the Land of Thunder, he just happened to meet the Erwei Jinchu Rikido who was alone. It was only then that he was arrested, so Itachi didn't know about this action, so he didn't notify Kazama in advance. I heard that there is a kid named Sanada Kazama in Konoha. He has become very famous recently. He seems to be quite powerful. Maybe you can take his heart on our way back. HMPH. No matter how famous you are, you're still just a brat, and you're not worthy of me. If you underestimate me, you will die. At this time, a figure immediately appeared in front of Jiaodu and Feijuan. You, could it be that you are that brat named Sanada Kazama? Seeing that the visitor could appear in front of him without a sound, Jiao couldn't help being surprised. So he immediately looked up and down in the wind room. Jiaodu, your heart is delivered to you, take your time, I'll go and rest first. In Fei Duan's eyes, no matter how famous Kazama is, as long as he comes in front of the two of them, he will definitely die. You, seeing the Yuki man carrying Kakuzu, he was already bloodstained and dying. Kazama suddenly became furious. The pair of eternal kaleidoscope Sharingan seems to have felt Kazama's anger. In this dark night, it became extremely scarlet. No wonder Fei Duan said that you were famous. It turns out that you have the kaleidoscope Sharingan, so you are qualified to be captured by me. While talking, Kakuzu put down the dying Yuki figurine. You are not qualified to let me do it, so the best way to kill you is to let you kill each other. Haha, I said, did you kid get kicked out of your head by a donkey, and what did you say to make the two of us kill each other? Hijuan on the side laughed wildly when he heard what Kazama said. Brat, the illusion of the kaleidoscope Sharingan does not work for us at all. Hidan, kill Kakuzu. Just when Kakuzu boasted that the two of them were not afraid of the kaleidoscope Sharingan illusion, Kazama immediately looked at Fei Duan beside him. When Fei Duan heard Kazama's words, he immediately picked up the bloody march sickle and rushed towards the corner. Idiot, you fell for this brat's illusion. Just now, he was still flaunting that the two of them would never fall into the illusion. The next moment, he saw that Fei Duan was actually struck by Kazama's illusion, killing him. This is clearly letting yourself be slapped in the face by the speed of light. I don't quite know what's going on, but I want to kill you right now, haha. In Fei Duan's eyes, Jiaodu has become his sure target. Illusion, solve. While dodging quickly, Kakuzu immediately tried to undo Hidan's illusion, but it was of no avail. This technique is called Bitianshin, and Fei Duan will be my puppet from now on. The strongest illusion. Hearing Kazama's words, Kokaku couldn't help being surprised. He has already heard about the strongest illusion spell Bitianshin. But I never thought that this kind of illusion is really as powerful as the rumors say. Without any warning at all, Fei Duan was hit by this technique. Even if it is called the strongest illusion, as long as the caster is solved, the technique will not work, right? You can try. How dare you look down on me? Jiaodu immediately used Tuden to block Fei Duan's attack, and the next moment he charged towards Kazama head-on. The wind is oppressing. Lei Dun pseudo-darkness. Huo Dun head hard. Water escape water curtain. Kakudo knows that Kazama is not easy to deal with, so it is the strongest trump card when he makes a move. HMPH. Under my 4 kinds of ninjutsu combos, even if you are the god of the ninja world, you will definitely die. Ding. Succeed in absorbing wind done, thunder done, fire done, and water done in succession. Ding. Congratulations to the host for getting the wind escape tornado and hurricane, the thunder escape to crack the sky thunder snake, the fire escape to destroy the fire, and the water escape to burst the water blast. You're actually fine. Originally thought that Kazama would surely die, but it can be seen that Kazama was still intact after the attack dissipated. Jiaodu was stunned for a moment. And what surprised him even more was that Kazama didn't even move his footsteps from the beginning to the end. Seeing that his trump card not only did not cause any damage to Kazama, but was even absorbed by Kazama. At this moment, even the murderous Jiaodu couldn't help but feel a tinge of fear. Now you don't have time to be afraid. As soon as Kazama finished speaking, Jiaodu's body was pierced by Hijuan. Haha, finally got your blood. After speaking, Fei Duan began to make seals. Jiaodu knew very well what Fei Duan's mark represented, so he hurried forward to stop it. Unfortunately, it was too late. Curse ritual. Spear retaliation. With Fei Duan's wild laughter, the pitch-black spear immediately pierced his heart. And it was Kakuzu who was hurt by the rebound. Fei Duan's move directly caused Jiaodu's second heart to be destroyed. HMPH. Kid, do you really think you can kill me by controlling Hijuan? Tell you, I'm different from you, I have 5 hearts. It's a pity that there are only 3 left now. 3 is enough to kill you. I have fought against the first generation of Hokage. How can a little fool like you have the right to kill me? After speaking, Kakudu used the Earth Resentment technique to turn the remaining 3 hearts into individuals, and attacked Kazama again. It's just throwing a kunai miles away, and dare to claim to have fought the first generation of Hokage. I will prepare the next technique for your 3 hearts, and I will give you another technique by the way. Wind and Tornado Hurricane. Thunderbolt Thunder Snake. The fire escapes the fire and extinguishes it. Water escape Burst Water Rush. Following Kazama's 4 ninjutsu attacks with different attributes. Kakuzu's remaining 3 hearts and body were all instantly submerged. At this moment, even the immortal Fei Duan was blasted to pieces. Ding! Congratulations to the host for performing the 4 ninjutsu of wind, thunder, water, and fire in succession, and reward the host for Flying Thunder God Jutsu. The art of Flying Thunder God. It's great, with this art, even thousands of miles away, it can be reached in an instant. As Kazama spoke, he began to use the power of Yangwo to heal the wound for the wooden man. Get out! But at this time, under the influence of that super perception, Kazama suddenly realized that there were still people hiding here. At this time, the gleaming Susanoo's big hand grabbed the man who was hiding in the ground. Absolutely. Seeing that the person who came was actually the initiator of the 4th Ninja World War, Kazama couldn't help being surprised. Because the black Jew in it is the spiritual product of Otsutsuki Kagaya. From the time of the sages of the 6 paths, there was a battle between Asura and Indra. Later, he instigated Uchiha Madara and Senjuju to fight in the Valley of the End. Its purpose is to cause chaos in the ninja world, gather all 9-tailed beasts, and resurrect Otsutsuki Kagaya. And Baiju was transformed by the people who had fallen in love with infinite monthly reading in ancient times. As expected of Konoha's genius, he can actually sense my existence. Although he was caught by Kazama, Ju didn't panic at all, as if he could slip away at any time. If other gods are used to control Ju, what effect will it have? Thinking of this, Kazama immediately cast the strongest illusion on Hiwabaiju at the same time. But to Kazama's surprise, his other gods didn't play any role in black and white. Little devil, although I don't know what you did with those kaleidoscope-sharing eyes, we will not be bound by this kind of pupil technique, so I advise you to save some effort. After all, it is the product of Datongmu, and even the other gods can't control it when they come to take it. Thinking of this, Kazama immediately prepared to kill Highway, so as to avoid the 4th World War in the future. Little ghost, you killed Kakuzu and Hidan from our Akatsuki organization. It stands to reason that you can't escape death, but I see that you are very powerful and can absorb the opponent's attack for your own use. Therefore, I hope you will join Akatsuki and hand over the 2-tailed Jinchuriki. Humph. Hearing Heiju's words, Kazama immediately sneered. Akatsuki, I won't join, and I won't give Ninao Jinchuriki, and I'm going to decide your fate. As soon as Kazama's words fell, the big hand of Susanoo immediately crushed Baiju and Heiju into pieces. Little ghost, you are still far from killing me, we will meet later. Heiju, who was turned into pieces, dived into the ground in an instant, while Baiju died on the spot. It's really amazing to be able to escape in my Susanoo. Kazama knew that Highway was created by Datongmu's will, and it would be difficult to kill without the power of the six paths, so he could only give up temporarily. However, Kazama also saved a trick, that is, when he caught Highway, he planted the mark of Flying Thunder God in Highway's body. As long as he obtains the power of the six paths in the future, he can easily find Highway and kill him. And Baiju's remnant body was put away by Kazama, ready to take it back for Orochimaru to study. After all, this Baiju is a product of the ancient times that has survived to this day. Maybe Orochimaru can really develop the technique of longevity from it. At this time, the power of Yangwo in Fengjian has recovered from the wound in the wooden man's body. It's just that the wooden man was still in a coma because of his mental frustration due to his previous injuries. Kazama then immediately brought the wooden man to Union Village, where the fourth Raikage lived, and left behind a kunai marked with his own Flying Thunder God spell. Thank you, little brother Kazama, for your help. Fourth Raikage was quite moved at this time. After all, I and Kazama only met each other once. But Kazama actually traveled thousands of miles to help the ninjas in his village. Moreover, even Lei Ying, himself, didn't know about the attack on the wooden man. But Kazama, who was in Konoha, not only knew it, but also rushed to the rescue in time. The fourth generation of Raikage secretly Kazama must be interested in Youmurin, otherwise he would not come all the way to help. Looking at Kazama's leaving back, fourth Raikage laughed again and said, "The hero is sad for the beauty pass. As long as Kazama is interested in Yukido, our Union Village will definitely become an existence above 10,000 people in the future." At this time, the fourth Raikage is like a matchmaker, always thinking about pulling the strings for Kazama and Youmurin Bao. Jiaodu and Feijuan are dead. What? Heiju, who escaped from Kazama's men, immediately told Pain the news. At this time, Pain and the other members of Xiao's organization were all taken aback. Because of the strength of Jiaodu and Feijuan, they are obvious to all. Such two masters with a mortal body will be killed unexpectedly. Everyone couldn't help but become interested in the person who made the shot. I hope everyone will support it and subscribe more.